The following is brought to you by the People's National Party.
Make the trumpets blow. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. We can tell me how we can do it together. When we look at the future of precipice, we see Jamaica needs the vision of the BNP. People said the bag of promises, them can't carry go shop. And the crime rate getting higher, wonder when it a go stop, comrades. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. We can tell me how.
The proceeding was brought to you by the People's National Party.
All right. Another wonderful morning, my peeps. And let me say big thanks to you all for, of course, tuning in to Mystic Sensation. My apology for yesterday. I did not show on the title because obviously you see that I have gone to the barber, right? And trust me, in a minus 21, boy, I tell you, say, living ice, freezing, right? And I got hold up there in the barber shop. So that was, the main reason why I didn't show on the Titan yesterday. So my apology for that, my people. Next week, of course, right? Yes, Mystic Sensation will be on the Titan. Having said that, let me just first have to meet and greet, right, my people in the chat, right? And as I said, bless up to you all. For some, it's early in the morning. For some, it's afternoon, some in the night, and so forth, right? Blessing to you all, right, to tune in to Mystic Sensation. Okay, let me say big respect to Daryl McCoy. Yes, man, Daryl McCoy is the first in studio. Right, love that. And Paul Wilson, I'm seeing that Paul Wilson is very active in the chat, but most of what Paul Wilson is saying from me reading it before coming on, right? Positive vibration. Love it, Paul. Right? We have Beverly, right? Blessings, Beverly. Elaine Turner, right? Big up yourself, Sister Elaine. Jamrock 8766, right? And GJ 5229 said, bless up, Mystic Couple. We are saying, bless up to you. Yes, wife is soon forward. Wife is here, right? Wife is just finish off some little chores and then she will be with me in studio. However, Melting Pot is not in this morning. Melting Pot will be on later show for today. So let me just say that, right? Jamrock, right? Tampo, right? Said up to the Mystic, blessings, right? Laverne, blessed love, everyone, right? Patel Kushank, good afternoon, everyone. Bless up Patel. All right, Murrell, all right, bless up Murrell, right? Christopher, right? Levan Miles, Carly Banks, all right. And I think that's Fiona Burnett. We can't forget Fiona, man. And Huna Kuhu, right? I hope I don't spoil that person's name, really and truly. And of course, Clark 344, and persons are coming in now. Kian and Annie Bennett. Right, bless up to you all. For all those persons who are tuning in, we want to say, big thanks to you all. And Umbrella, welcome, right, to you all. So let me just go on cruise the space until wifey get into studio. So yes, as you see the thumbnail, my people, JPS Conundrum, Daryl Vaz and Favor Williams. Right, to talk about the title Arrogance and Deflection and the talking points, JPS Conundrum the twists and turns of lies and deception, but nothing new. It's the same Daryl signature of corruption, craving for the tax dollars to resign with a legacy of corruption. Well, I do believe that that is what Daryl, right, is pursuing, right, his legacy of corruption. But we are here to hold them, right, all members of parliament accountable, right, and ensure that, yes, we get value for money. I will not hesitate in saying that, you know, I do believe that Andrew Holness, right, should not be in our parliament, right? And right about now is being there, right? To me, right, I just see him as an obstructionist. And for the obvious reason that, of course, his statutory declaration cannot be certified. I have nothing against the Prime Minister, right? What I have as it relates to checks and balance and accountability, that if you have someone at the helm of our politics and that person is simply unable to explain his wealth, is as much reason, right, for him not to be there, because he's not carrying out the people's will, right? He's taking the opportunity away from the people. And that's exactly what corruption does. I mean, if anyone who wants to research as it relates to corruption can really cause an economy to struggle, and the ripple effect that corruption can cause. Corruption, right, is more dangerous than any act of nature, hurricane or whatever, right? Because as you see, we are struggling as it relates to $3 trillion unaccounted for. We have seen Big Mama, right, try to spin and deflect. He cannot spin and deflect, right? Cannot spin and deflect. $3 trillion unaccounted for. And if you compare that, right, as it relates to the damage that Melissa had done, right? And if you compile both Melissa and Beryl, right, those two systems, right, have not done the damage, right, as it relates to $3 trillion unaccounted for, that crush several social programs. And let me say this categorically clear. Am I saying that every dime has been stolen? No, I am not saying that. I am saying to the fact that upon the Auditor General investigation and discovery of $3 trillion unaccounted for, right? And remember, you know, people, we are talking about the Auditor General have done this, right, partially more than a year ago, or going 2 years. And you have no one from the government to come out and challenge that as it relates to any burden of proof to say, okay, all right, the Auditor General, based on her investigation, right, cannot account for $3 trillion as it relates to government expenditures, right? But here now we look through, right, the situation. The problem was that many ministries did not submit appropriation account, and as such, right, we expedite that process, and so now we have all ministries submitted the appropriation account, and so then from that we can get what we call a reconciliation report, you understand, to investigate, right, the variances. None, we have not seen that. All what we have seen is that the government, right, it is utilizing their spin doctors, right, through the medium of Big Mama and Draws Davis and Morgan, right, spinning. Well, we are saying, as we speak, stop the spinning. Stop the spinning, right? Come with the appropriation account report, you understand? Come with the reconciliation report, right? Let us see what amount right? What is the updated amount now? Can the reconciliation report bring us to a place where we said, okay, from the $3 trillion that we stated some time ago that was missing as according to the appropriation account report and the reconciliation report was able to reconcile, right? A $2 million, so it's only $1 trillion missing, still outstanding, right? Nothing. So, Andrew Honest, please don't send out your minions, Big Mama, and Big Mama. Don't call Janet Calder again, right? Don't do that and try to put the lady in dispute, right? Don't do that and try to misconstrue what the lady said, right? We are not stupid around here. What you need to do, Big Mama, right, is to put pressure on your government. You understand, to ensure that all ministries, let me, since you don't know what to do, since you and Josh Davis don't know what to do, let me tell you guys what to do. What you need to do is ensure that all ministries, right, are dealing with their appropriation account and submit them on time. Are you doing that, Mama? Since you want to deal with the $3 trillion that Mystic Sensation spoke about, ensuring that you are telling your government to make sure that every ministry, right, have their appropriation account submitted on time and have the reconciliation report, right, do some reconciling as it relates to the $3 trillion. And Big Mama, when you get the answer of that, which I'm going to tell you something, Big Mama, you will never ever get any answer. And that is where the problem is. So you must understand why Mystic Sensation is saying that. Don't think we are stupid around here, right? And if you are doing investigation and you don't know what you are investigating about, that is really ludicrous coming from you, Big Mama, right? If you don't even understand the system and yet you are speaking, you are trying to become a political spin doctor, right? What you need to do, focus on the appropriation account and the reconciliation report. From that, right? Janet Calder know what I'm talking about. The Auditor General know what I'm talking about. So you need to get on track now. You understand? Ask your government to shame us. Say to your government, let me tell you what you need to say. Say, you know what, Prime Minister, right? Give me something to shame them now. Because I'm continuing to talk about $3 trillion missing, right? Just make sure that you prepare the appropriation account for the various ministries and we can explain to them. You understand, as it relates to, you understand the reconciliation report and the findings, right? Well, you don't go the route there. Go the route then, man, right? And stop your propaganda. Come on. You know better than that, you know. You understand? We are in the space, so you can't go around us. We are in the space. You understand? And yeah, and that is one of the reasons why we are going to put out Daryl Vaz out there. So, Big Mama, prepare for the one I know, because Daryl Vaz in a serious trouble, you know, Big Mama. Let me talk to you. Daryl Vaz, and let me tell you something, Daryl Vaz. Your little style of intimidation is not going to intimidate anybody, any one of us in social media. No. You understand? Because guess what? We are going to ask you about the remaining school buses. Don't believe that. All the smoke where you put up on all the fire you blaze. Right? You are only displaying your MO and your level of cruelty. What we observe in terms of my investigation, what you always do, right? Plea innocent, right? And then you have a little thing about you in terms of the very same people who you are robbing. Let me say that specifically clear. Who you are robbing, you act as if you are helping them. That's what you're doing. Just like with the JPS. The people them want light. And they want light now. And you act as if you're the Christ in that scenario. And you are looking out for the people. No, you're a crony capitalist. Let me give you an example in terms of your same behavior. And the very same thing I said about the school bus. Yes, the rural school program. The students want to be assisted. And they want to be assisted now. The very same way how you're sound with the JPS bill, the JPS situation. And what happened to the rural school bus? That you use $1.4 billion to buy 60 buses. Huh? So this, look here, we know this is the way you behave. But you are not going to be allowed to get away with it. No, we are here. We are not going to allow you, you understand, to walk away with the sun, in the sunlight, and believe that you are going to enjoy that legacy. No, Vaz, me can tell you something. Daryl Vaz, I can tell you this and I can assure you this, right? You are going to have to answer to that. No two way about that. And you can't grow on it. You understand? Andrew Honest can't save you. You have to answer for it. So prepare, right? And let me warn you, and Big Mama Andreas Davis can't save you. Right? Now, let me show you something as it relates to why we should not have someone at the helm, right? And that person involved in corruption. Andrew Warner's corruption is plain as day. All right? Because you know what it does, my people? It emboldens other persons, other subordinates, right? Because they are going to say that, I mean, if the prime minister can do this and get away with it, why can't I? Come on, think of what I'm saying. They are all saying that. And as a matter of fact, the prime minister encouraged them as it relates to, right, flatline their moral compass. The prime minister encouraged them, right, to continue in corruption. Why am I saying that? Do I have any proof that the prime minister encouraged them to stay in corruption? Yes, one proof is the Daryl case. The judge found Daryl guilty of corruption. Guilty of corruption. What Andrew Honest did, okay, yes, the court found you guilty of corruption. I don't care because I am corrupting myself. So come back into the cabinet. That's a fundamental wrong. Where is the discipline mechanism? Where is the discipline mechanism? And that is one of the reasons why none amount of PR is going to save your prime minister. Right? You are corrupted. You are corrupted in the essence that you're asking the court, right, to wipe out the illicit enrichment act under the Corruption Act. Right? So then if the judge did not appeal to his moral order and follow you down the pursuit of corruption, what would have happened? So you see what we are talking about? You want to destroy the very rail of justice. And here it is that when it comes to the corruption index, that obviously you don't understand what the corruption index is saying. And you jump out in parliament saying that the corruption index is supporting your government as it relates to dealing with corruption and you're the lowest. No, you're stupid, right? Go back and look on what the corruption index is saying. You move 4 places downwards. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. You notice from I come out and show that to the people so that the people can understand the corruption index. You notice you're silent, your damn mouth. You understand? Because you're an embarrassment to yourself. You're an embarrassment to yourself, and not only an embarrassment to yourself, you're an embarrassment to Jamaica. You're a despicable person. And as I said, and I'm not going to say it, it's a fundamental wrong when you have the executive sleeping with the legislature, and both of you, right, decided that you are going to F the judiciary. And that is one of the reasons why Paul Buchanan case have not applied the right justice. Because what? The executive sleeping with the legislature. Andrew Holness, who represent the executive, his wife is the Speaker of Parliament. You understand? Ruling over legislatures. So these are the things that we're talking about. Right? And guess what? The society allowed that. That is, from the sight of it, from the onset of it, that is corruption. Right? You show me Andrew Holness in the entire Caribbean. I don't know of anywhere else. You show me where that has ever been into the Caribbean. Eh? You show me. Unprecedented. Unprecedented. And that is the thing with you. Right? Corrupted to the core. Now, let us move on. Yes, a lot of the GLP followers, them, you know, they hate when I speak, you know, because everything what I say cut them like a razor, because deep down they know it's true. Cut them like a razor. Now, let me go to Mr. Xavier Main filing lawsuit, and it's the very same thing that I'm saying. Here is Xavier Main now following the footstep of Andrew Holness, right, putting up lawsuit. Xavier Main, remember, say Andrew Holness lost his lawsuit, you know, against the Integrity Commission. And this is what we are saying, that we shouldn't have someone who is corrupted at the helm. He emboldened others to do like him. And this is a perfect example in terms of Xavier Main. Xavier Main is now doing what Andrew Holness had done. And let me say this again, the IC is going to win him. Now, let us put up that document on it, right?
So you're starting at the bottom.
Yes. State Minister Xavier Main files lawsuit against the Integrity Commission, the very same behavior that Andrew Holness had done. Xavier Main is saying, then I mean, if the Prime Minister, right, did it, then why can't I? So this is what we are talking about. Because him believes, you understand, him can corrupt the system, you know, but let me tell him something. Him back not that broad like the Prime Minister, you know, so if you know that. You please understand that, Xavier Main, that your back is not broad like the Prime Minister. Two persons have broad back in a Jamaica, you know. Let me tell them, Xavier Main, if you don't know, those two persons who shot them back really broad. Andrew Holness and Patrick Bailey. Right? Andrew Holness and Patrick Bailey, we shot them back. We shot them backs. Their backs broad like sharpshooter. Right? Your back not that broad. Right? Your back not that broad. Now, State Minister Xavier Main files lawsuit against Integrity Commission. Yeah, man, because through Andrew Holness do it, you know, have to do it too. Because he involved in that corruption and anything what Andrew do, you have to do it too. State Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Xavier Main, has filed a lawsuit against the Integrity Commission, asking the Supreme Court to quash the ruling of the Director of Corruption Prosecution that he should be charged for breaching the Integrity Commission Act. Take this away on it. So this is an example that I'm showing the people as it relates to why, right, I believe that the Prime Minister under investigation should have taken away himself, right? because the Prime Minister behavior is emboldened, right, other persons in corruption. The Prime Minister, as it relates to his administration, right, the history of Andrew Holness' administration, he has not disciplined not one person for corruption. Andrew Holness has not disciplined not one person. And you know the reason why he has not done that? Because he can't. He can't. All of them in his cabinet know his secret. And so then for him to move with the crowd, everybody have to get a taste of the pie. And everybody mix up in the corruption. And that's why even today it is very difficult. If we are to ask, I mean, if Andrew Holness has to go as it relates to Paul Buchanan case and the Privy Council, right? This question is very difficult, you know. Who will lead the Jamaica Labour Party? You will realize that if you're silent, a peer cricket you hear. Peer cricket, 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 cricket. Because you know what? Not one of them is worthy. And that is bad. That is bad. You can't say, okay, all right, I believe that if Andrew Holness has to go, you understand, we give it to a tough man. Equally corrupted. You can't say, okay, all right, if Tufton to go, we give it to a Edmund Bartlett. Equally corrupted. And when you sieve through, even if you use the finest sieve, you can't find anyone. This is how difficult it is. And this is how dangerous it is. But I tell you something, if you go over the PNP and you said, okay, all right, said Marky G, right, decide that, all right, he's going to walk. We have a Damon Crawford. We have Isaac Buchanan, even although I'm young, right? Everyone you talk, every name you call upon has the ability. A dead serious people. A Damien Crawford has the ability. You see the night and day? You see the night and day? And it is very serious. That when you look in the Jamaica Labour Party for leadership, it is a crisis over there. Crisis. You can't put up a Babsy Grange. Can't put up a Babsy Grange. That's one of the first things people are going to say, now where you go with Babsy Grange? I him run Spanish Town gunman dead in a car and she affiliated with the gunman. Can't put up. Can't put up. Can they say anything despicable about the PNP? Look who reason people. Can they say that? No. All right. Let us put up the next document as it relates to, right, Xavier Main. Again, we're still upon Xavier Main. Right? Corruption prosecutor recommend charges. And of course, right, rightly so, we could go down in look at demon self. You understand? Because Andrew Holness influenced him to do this, you know. Yes, now Andrew Holness is the leader of the party. Andrew Holness influenced him to do this. Right? Whole gang, Andrew Holness and the 34 thieves. Right? Corruption prosecutor recommends charges against Finance Minister, Junior Minister Xavier Main over statutory declaration, the same behavior as it relates to Andrew Holness. This is what we are talking about. Junior Minister and the Minister of Finance, Xavier Main, should be charged for allegedly failing to provide information requested on his income and assets, including documentation for the 120 million sale of a shop. I want to listen to people. The country's corruption prosecutor has ruled. Now, the ruling by the Integrity Commission Director of Corruption Prosecution, and this is a wonderful ruling. This is what we are saying, that people need, right, to have a sense of justice, and that the arms of justice prevail. We can't have corruption, you understand, defeating, right, the system of justice. No, we want checks and balance, and this is what we're talking about. Ranif Lawrence, along with the commission investigation report, was tabled in the House of Representatives on Tuesday. In correspondence cited by the commission, Maine challenged the legitimacy of some of the requests and asserted that commission appeared to be on a fishing expedition. Yeah. Fishing expedition, because them start to look into your business now. So they are on fishing expedition. Can you imagine? Well, if they're on a fishing expedition as according to you, they're not dealing with any net fishing. They are not dealing with any net fishing. At this point in time, they are dealing with spear fishing. You them a look on. So any fishing them are dealing with, they are not dealing with net fishing. Let me tell you that. They are dealing with spear fishing. You them see, right? And you them are deal with, and you them are investigate. According to the report, the case stems from multiple requests issued to Maine between October 2023 and February 2024. I like this, Mr. Maine. Haven't you been contacted on several occasions, sir? Haven't you been contacted on several occasions between the period October 23 and February 24? Now, for additional details regarding his income, assets, and liability as declared for year 2018, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022. What does that mean, Mr. Maine? You're a lawyer, you know. So let me ask you a question. What that mean? It simply means, sir, as it relates to your statutory declaration, right, that you have submitted, right, their information that been requested of for 2018. Additional information requested as it relates to your submission for 2019. Additional information requested for 2020, 2021, and 2022. Did the Integrity Commission responded to you, right, in unknown language? They responded to you in English, in the English language. They did not speak to you in Spanish, French, German. They speak to you in plain English. You are a lawyer and you understand the nature of the request, don't you? Okay. In an October 13, 2023 letter, the Director of Information and Complaints advised Maine that the Commission's checks identified information with respect to assets that were not previously disclosed on his statutory declaration, which affecting some of your submissions, sir, as it relates to 2018 to 2022. Isn't this a plain English? You don't understand what they are saying? Let me read it back over, because it seems like you don't understand. And say you're a liar. In an October 13, 2023 letter, the Director of Information and Complaints advised Mr. Maine that the Commission checks identified information with respect to assets that were not previously disclosed on your statutory declaration. That means you fail to list some assets that their investigation further found that you have these assets that you have not listed in either your 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022. And so then it affected the entire range between 2018 and 2022. What you not understand with that? What you not understand with that? Now, the Director of Investigation and Complaint examined income filings by the public officials. Maine was given until October 25 to comply with the request for additional information. You are given time. and given adequate time. So where you fling lawsuit about? Where you fling lawsuit about? Them have to ask you a question. Therefore, make you just run things with the corruption and go on, and you understand? Leave people alone. Man, I eat a food. And that you want? Eh? You don't want the corruption system to work. Eh? You don't want the anti-corruption system to work. He responded by the deadline of October 25th, 2023 and provided some information. Where you not understand? You did not provide all the information. So if you were requested to bring in A, B, C, and D, you only brought in A and B. Somebody asked you, what happened to C and D? You take people feed that around here. Eh? Only Big Mama and Josh Davis are going to spin this. This is straightforward. But on November 9, that year, the Director of Information and Complaint issued another request for further documentation with a deadline of November 25. So them give you 1 more month. Right? Now, as a matter of fact, them partially give you 2 years. He responded by the deadline of October 25, 2023. And sit about on November 9 that year, the DOIC, Director of Investigation and Complaint, issued another request for further documentation with a deadline of November 2025. Right? Well, it never said 2025, so let us say 2 months. September, October, November, another month. Let us say another month. Right? Because this never said 2025. So I said, all right, October 2023 to November 2025. The November request covered financial accounts and insurance policies for all 5 years. Details on Cornerstone Trust and Merchant Bank accounts. The disposal price for a 2015 undercard, gross income earned from rental properties for 21 and 2022, salary wages from his law firm of 2020 to 2022, cost to improve 6 properties, an audited financial statement for 5 companies in which he has an interest, Dilmain Enterprise, Jamaica Small Loans, Arim Debt Solutions, Motor Bliss Limited. Boy, I'm going to see all of them something here. The GLP administration decided that they want to rich pan taxpayers back. I want to call to this now, people. Men failed to submit the request information, right, to the Director of Information and Complaints by deadline November 2024, 2023. So now we confirm, say, okay, it's a month after he was given them another month. Without any explanation. No explanation. The Director of Investigation, Kevin Stevenson, said. Because guess what? Want me to bring in information. I'm not bringing nothing. Man a top dog like Andrew Holness. You understand? Man a top dog like my boss. Me not bring in nothing. Because my boss not bring in nothing. So me not bring in nothing neither. You see why Andrew Holness need to take for himself? The November request covered financial accounts and insurance policies for all 5 years. Details and... Okay, I read that already. Men failed to submit the request information to the Director of Investigation and Complaint by the deadline November 24, 2023 without any explanation because he might have done. Right? And he might have done. The Director of Investigation, Kevin Stevenson, said, in a December 18, 2023 letter to the Integrity Commission, men apologized for his delayed response, but insisted that the queries have all been answered in previous declarations and along with their supporting documentation. What? So what you say then, the Integrity Commission investigators, they might that. They don't know what they look upon. you believe, say, okay, what you're submitting already, you understand, is sufficient enough as according to you. And so then you don't need to explain nothing more. And that you say, this, you know. You don't need to submit anymore because what you're saying is sufficient enough. And the Integrity Commission now nothing asks you for anything else. I say you're out and bright. Now he challenged the basis of the commission request, asking for the legal basis on which requisitions are made in relation to acquisitions made prior to the time when the duty to file statutory declaration would have arisen. Can you imagine? Main argued further that the requisition in relation to limited liability companies is unclear since the law mandates the filing of a personal financial declaration. But here you have people, no here to backside. This request for audited financial statements of limited liabilities companies. What you say? You serious? I believe is outside of your jurisdiction and is improper. Backside. People, if you're not busy, come here. If you're not busy, come here. So all what you need to do, you understand, to avoid, right, any form of information that need to go in to the IC whenever you request, just set up a limited company. But see, you're out and bright. I will gladly reverse this position with proof of your legal authority to do so. Boy, you're really out of your place. Trust me, you're really out of your place. While saying he remained willing to assist in finalizing his declarations, Main said the Director of Information and Complaints Correspondence suggested it was an fishing expedition. You know, say the boy out and bright. The brother you're out and bright. And face it to you know. Face it on top of that, you know. On February 13, 2024, the Integrity Commission serve a notice for your backside, yes. Main requesting additional information and stating that the request was made lawfully. What you mean? Step in your face. Details initially sought on 2 bank accounts were excluded. The investigation report noted that Main did not submit the required information by the February 29, 2024 deadline. You think I'm an idiot? You think I'm an idiot? No. He responded on March 4, 2024, saying the February local government elections had affected him and requested 30 more days. They know you requested 30 more days. You know, say the Integrity Commission them out of them place. So how you requested 30 more days now? You know, say them out of them place. You never say never in them jurisdiction. Step in your face. Corruption, Mr. Corruption. He was given until March 2024, but did not comply. Yeah, you can't comply. You can't comply because something not right. You can't comply now. And even if we give you and Andrew Owners 10 more years, you will not be able to comply. Now, the report said that on March 25th, 2024, Main submitted a response, but the Director of Investigation found that the full request had still not been satisfied. You think you can ground them because you think you're smart. You think you're smart with a little coffee brain. You think you're smart. You can ground them. As a result, the Director of Investigation undertook independent checks with financial institutions regarding accounts and assets for which Main had not provided documentation for. You never know, so the man them ain't go dig up that. Your backside, yo. You never know, so the man them ain't go dig up that. I take them for that. I take them for that. Now, Stevenson found that Main repeatedly failed to provide information requested about multiple bank accounts. Yeah. So you want to give them an Andrew Owners. You want to give them an Andrew Owners. You want to give them an Andrew Owners. Well, if you want to give them an Andrew Owners, they are going to give you an Andrew Owners response. They're going to give you an IC response to Andrew Owners, and I eat you get now. But I hope you're back broad like Andrew, you know. Me say, I hope you back broad like Angelina. Oh, you hear me? I warn you. The investigator outlined more than a dozen accounts and assets for which me and either supplied no documentation, partial documentation, or none of the information requested for a statutory declaration here between 2018 to 2022. So between 2018 and to 2022, you hide several bank accounts. You're hiding several bank accounts. And you're with your outer self, and you're bright and enough yourself. You understand about the Integrity Commission out of their jurisdiction. Eh? How feel like a liar brain come from? Eh? Outer and bright. The report also noted that Maine failed to provide information on gross income from rental properties for 2021 and 2022, despite declaring $6 million in rental earnings in 2021. Right? It said he sold a property at Shop 16 Spring Plaza for $120 million in 2022. Hey, listen to me. We want you to explain all the source of funds for get all of them property. You understand? The property where you sell, the property that you sold. We want to understand your source of funds. You now get away with the one I know. You recommend it to be charged. Now get to it. No supporting document was provided for the disposal of this property, Stevens said. So you have to go in a courthouse. You have to step in now. We say one by one they are going to jail. One by one. Stevenson added that Maine provided no evidence to substantiate salary declarations from his law firm, Xavier Maine and Company, for which he reported earnings $2 million per year in 2020 to 2021 and 2022. So you have to go show me all of them persons there who required your service between 2020 to 2022 because your claims are $2 million. You understand that you made? The investigator said that despite repeated requests, Maine did not submit documents confirming gross salary or wages from the firm. You take them for idiot. Eh? You take them for idiot about them out of them jurisdiction. You're going to court. You're going to court and tell the judge, so the IC investigators them out of them jurisdiction. You're going to court and talk about that. The judge will know what to do with you. Maine failed to provide a portion of the requested information, and his failure to do so contravenes section 43, subsection 1. We are telling the section, you understand? That a breach. You're in breach. Section B of the ICA, Stevenson said. The provision says a person who, without reasonable cause, fails to provide information requested by the DOIC commits an offense. And if convicted, he faces a fine up to $500,000 or 6 months imprisonment. Remember, let me talk to you, Xavier. This is not the totality of the judgment, This is only talk if you feel. Let me point it out to you, you can understand, because you make it look like you understand. See it here? Maine failed to provide a portion of the request information. Right? So what that is, simply means that, guess what? If you're convicted, you face $500,000 or 6 months imprisonment. You understand? Just for the failure to provide. See that, Maine? Let me get back. See that? Maine failed to provide a portion of the requested information, and his failure to do so contravened section 43, subsection 1, subsection B of the ICA, Stevenson said. Right? That is only dealing with that, Maine. Some more judgment as it relates to your totality of illicit enrichment. Some more on the public for understanding. This is only speaking to the specific, right, denial or failure to submit. So that is not the only judgment. Some more you stand in preparation for what is going to come in. All right. Because illicit enrichment is there. Okay. take away that document. Honey. Let us see where we are at. So, we said one by one, my Jamaican people, one by one, they are going to jail. Right? So, guess what? We now worry ourselves, right? Remember, honestly, what we do with Andrew French. Honestly, what we do him. We pack him up and send him off already, We send off Mr. French. You understand? To prison, Ghana prison already, Right? We give him hard labor. So line up yourself, Xavier. You line up yourself. Now, my people, let me go in a further complaint coming out of Edmund Ridge. Joycelyn Williams said they are makers of corruption, glue mistake. Anything go near them get stuck. Of course, Joyce. Now let me step into more complaints when they come out of Edmund Bridge. Because remember, Andrew Holness, you understand? Again, Andrew Holness and Edmund Bartlett scam the people, You understand? Build inferior homes. We could speak it as it is. And we don't sugarcoat anything around here. Andrew Holness scam the people, you understand? Give them inferior houses and sell them for millions of dollars. And the Prime Minister, this is the mash of the economy, And the Prime Minister, this what they wreck the investors, The Prime Minister was supposed to build the economy, and the Prime Minister had to do this, Only look on these people. We could go in out here, honey, and show the people them. Because when we talk, you understand? We know what we are saying around here. Right? We don't give fake news around here. Right? No fake news around here. We make sure say when we talk, so while wifey come up with that, we find that put it on the turntable, your wifey.
This housing development of Edmund Ridge, and you see the quality of the housing that is developed here. This is nothing like Operation Pride.
Oh, yeah, me.
I want to make that point clear. So if you
make it clear
what this government has done relative to what the previous governments have done, then you can come to the conclusion that something good has gone in a journey. Because if you compare these kinds of development to Operation Pride developments, then your conclusion would be that what was happening before was Operation Shame. And it is these developments that we are doing now that is really creating communities of pride, communities in which the homeowners feel that they have a really good investment, a really respectful investment, an investment in shelter that gives them dignity. That is why we bring these to the attention of the people.
Yes.
Something is happening in Jamaica. Something good is happening in housing.
Whoa.
And as you can see today, even after the setback of COVID, we are well on our way with building out affordable housing at Edmund Ridge. This administration is the difference in housing. This administration has the plan for housing, but more than that, it is this administration that can consistently deliver housing for you.
All right, Mr. Snake.
So when you look at this housing development of Edmund Ridge, and you see...
Hey, Mr. Snake, I says, but nothing can beat upon that. Me say the way how you have sold that property. Trust me, right? And the way how you describe Operation Pride. And I am wondering why them people don't come out and tell life on the Prime Minister. No, sir. Them people have really tell life on the Prime Minister. Because the Prime Minister give them good value home something of a build them dignity, right? Solid structure, right? And so them shouldn't complain. Why them a complain? I like meetings I like my tell the Prime Minister, you know. I could look and hear what go on now. I could go investigate. I could go over here to go investigate and see what go on now. Because see now, I mean, I don't know why them people come out and I tell lie upon the Prime Minister. Lie them tell upon the Prime Minister, you know. When you listen to the people them want to tell lie upon the Prime Minister. When you listen now, people.
I was floored because my family was exposed to something they have never been exposed to. And for hours, they were trapped in their house, exposed to the elements. They were wet, they were shivering, the roof came down, things were acting like a tornado inside the house, and so they could have been killed. The structure was not built to really accommodate the roof and to be able to withstand hurricane force winds. So now we are putting in concrete structure. We are here today just working on the house, putting back together the pieces after the devastation.
You were telling me when you saw the damage and you heard what happened to your family.
Yeah.
You cried.
I was floored. I was floored because my family was exposed to something they have never been exposed to. And for hours, they were trapped in their house, exposed to the elements. They were wet, they were shivering, the roof came down, things were acting like a tornado inside the house, and so they could have been killed.
Where were
It was
you?
rough. I was in Florida at the time, and I couldn't get a flight out in time.
How was that for you?
Oh, that was tough. The hardest part was waiting a couple of days. Couldn't hear a thing. Had no idea if they survived. That was tough.
We came here a few weeks ago and we saw, obviously, firsthand the damage that took place to several of the houses,
Right.
if not all of them.
One Edmund Reed,
What are you doing inside?
value for money.
Well, frankly, we're building the way it should have been built in the first place. Inside the houses, we had dry walls. The structure was not built to really accommodate the roof and to be able to withstand hurricane force winds. So now we're putting in concrete structure, block and steel, putting in the right way to make sure the next time around, hopefully we're secure.
Your neighbors who we spoke to a few weeks ago, they said that there were some clauses in place in contracts or whatever you signed that spoke to adjustments to the house. Are there no challenges with you putting in block and steel?
Well, as far as I see, there's no restrictive covenant that say about you not being able to put something in place. And even if there were, your first, the first chance you get, you have to put your family and the lives of your family first. So even if there was a restrictive covenant about changing the dry wall, you cannot do that. You have to put in structures so that can stay in place for years and hopefully can deal with a hurricane force of category 5. The storms are getting higher. You would have to do everything that you can to protect lives from this point.
No man, me not like, oh, you are tell lie upon the Prime Minister. You understand? Because what you say, as it relates to the Edmund Ridge, no steel and no in them the wall. No, sir. This a can't true. I can't true. Go on, look, I listen to you. Because it sound like you tell lie upon the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister not say, you understand, them a sort of house and live upon no dignity. The Prime Minister not say, I want to get value for money, so how no complain now? We could go on here what you say, sir. We could go on listen to you.
We are going to say, oh, we have to stick with the covenant and stay with dry wall. That would not make sense. That would.
What has HAJ said to you about the transfer?
Nothing. I wrote them about 3 or 4 times. I haven't heard a thing yet.
So have you contacted your insurance?
So hold on there. What you say? You try to contact. You understand the people who build this, and you know you're nothing from them. Well, might as well call Andrew. Andrew no saying give you value for money. So how you complain, my boss? Me don't understand how you complain. Andrew give a value for money, and you should have feel proud. You understand? And something is going on in Jamaica. Something good is going on in Jamaica. Remember now. Them are also better than Operation Pride, you know. So who not complain? Right? No steel and no cement, no in of them. All right, go on, we are listening to you.
Yes, I have.
And what has the insurance company said?
They sent a loss adjuster to look at it. He was here earlier today. So they have responded. Thank God.
Something else you'd like to say?
I would want to say to the HAJ that you really need to reach out to individuals and you need to respond to the letters and the emails. We need to get out of some of the restrictive covenants because people have to be able to build stronger homes. And of course, me, I would love to be able to change everything to make sure that I create a home that is safe for my family going forward.
What kind of roofing you putting on?
We're actually going to put on shingles, but we're building strong. We're putting on belting, we're putting on wall plates that's going to be secure to the wall. We're using every engineering solution to make sure that going forward, yeah, we have a stronger structure.
You were explaining to the contractor, well, not the adjuster, that what you observed after the hurricane didn't appear as if the roof was properly secured.
It's not up there. It was not secure. Now you'd expect at the top of each wall that you would have something that would secure the wall plate. That's the wood that is at the top of the wall. To the vertical wall, there was nothing. There's nothing to hold on the roof. Of course, the first strong goes, the roof went.
They will land again, man. It look like you tell life on the Prime Minister again, man. The Prime Minister not say them come with all hurricane strap. So when you say no hurricane strap, no did that? My backside. No, sir. Go on, still listen to you.
How's your family now? How are they doing mentally?
That's all. On the surface, they say they are fine. But listen to this. When I got here and I asked them, "Are you fine?" They said, "We're fine." Until I noticed they're filled with bruises. Being hit during the hurricane. I was here, I think it was about 3 days afterwards. It started to rain hard. And my wife and daughter freaked out. Normal hurricane, not a hurricane, normal thunderstorm. And they were freaking out. It means that there's some trauma. So, I know.
But when you just bought the house, were you aware that inside was drywall? And how you felt?
Yeah. When we found out, we went back to them and they said that is what they do. Of course, we didn't think that it was strong enough. But we asked about hurricane straps and all that, and we're given this document to say, okay, the house is fit to be, habitable, so we are good. So we trusted that we would be safe. And of course, the detail concerning the roof, you wouldn't be able to see it unless you take out the fascia board and do a thorough examination. You would not know until something like this happens.
Now, basically, we're renovating lot 188 at Edmund Ridge for Mr. Davis. Inside, we have removed all the drywall, jack and studs, and replaced with 6 inches blocks, columns, belt, and beams.
No, sir. What you just said a while ago that you build all of them house they build with drywall. I want the backside this. Then Andrew, come on. You know, say them house you have value for money. And every family can feel proud. And you can strengthen them dignity. Mighty God. This is scamming. Andrew, this is scamming. Make you go and listen, people.
And then we're going to reinstall roof with a little changes to the roof based on anchors, bolts, type of nails, type of screws, etc. And as you can see on the unit on the outside, we're doing a removal of all the trowel on, putting on a 1-inch thick flashing. Then we're going to re-trowel on the house after that based on water that Mr. Davis is experienced coming inside his unit. So we're doing a 1-inch thick flashing all the way around and then re-trowel on. And the inside is the same. We're going to flash, replaster, sand down, paint, retile, the whole. It's a whole full renovation. It's a complete new house. We'll put it that way at the end of the day when we're finished. So yeah, that's basically what we're doing here at lot 188 Edmond Ridge.
When you came and you assessed, what were your thoughts?
When I came and I assessed, drywall is used all over the world. But drywall is, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing or it's a good thing. It's a type of material that's used all over the world. So, but when I came and see the excess damage that Hurricane Melissa had done to this unit, it was unbearable. The whole back section of the roof was gone, the back bedroom, the kitchen, all torn off.
You can use
Drywall,
drywall.
the track, the studs in that section damaged, all the furniture. Bathroom,
That should be
the bathroom was damaged, face basin damaged. The whole inside of the house was damaged.
under no circumstances, an area that is located in an hurricane belt, you are going to use drywall. Right? That is unacceptable. And trust me, you have to get the building code right. Drywall, where Jamaica is in the location of a hurricane belt, and every year you can look forward to a tropical, to a system developing. So now that this is saying to you that make sure that we move away from such scenario. Take this away on it. Now, when we look at this, right, it now becomes a fundamental problem. But the stubbornness of Andrew Owners, right, and let us see as it relates to his experience being the Prime Minister from 2016 up until now, the amount of system that he had experienced going forward. Let us see how the Prime Minister is going to deal with, right, building codes, right, that now can stand, you understand, up to the sort of system that we are experiencing now. And going forward, the structural development that we ought to have, right? And again, now we are warning the Prime Minister, right, to move away from container homes, right, and get into the construction, the concrete phase, and we are going to stimulate the economy, right, and we are going to give many people jobs, because the truck man will be eating a food, right? The man them who sell the building material will be eating a food, right? The construction workers will be eating a food. People will be selling on the site or whatever, right? Will be eating a food. And trust me, you understand, that is what is going to stimulate the economy. No more cunning from HAJ, because you have vested interest into HAJ, and so then you go out and you put your political career online in marketing HAJ the way how you have marketed HAJ, and now you have seen and you make comparison. This is how you put the politics in it now. Because when you were doing your marketing, right, nobody never tell you to inject Operation Pride in it, but you want to compare, you understand, your poor governance and your criminal governance, you understand, with good governance. You understand? And that's all you have been doing. You understand? PR. Nothing but PR. And you see, you know what PR land you in? Eh? Now you take for yourself, you know. You take for yourself, you know. We don't hear anything from you. You totally take away yourself. But this is you. And we want to show people that this is the character that you have.
I love cut corners.
Right? So this, in terms of my summarization, you understand, maybe a lot of people are going to, you know, disagree with me, but this is scamming. This is scamming. Because you scam the people, right, out of their money, right, claiming that, of course, the home structures, they are solid. As according to you, you know, you have said it out of your mouth, and I say it, you know, that they are solid structures. You understand that this gives them dignity. You understand? value for money. That's what you said, you know. And so then now, there it is in your face. The evidence is showing you, right? And the amount that HAJ sold it for, you understand? This is simply scamming. Scamming. And let us show the people that you have not changed. You have not changed. It is the Andrew from 1998 since you ventured into the politics. And you are the Andrew, December 12, 2025. Not change. You are the Andrew. Now, let me show you now, to show you that it's all about you. And when you don't want no one to overshadow you, you have to be, you understand, the person in the spotlight. Here you again. I'm not going to show you something with what you have said as it relates to it's going against your administration. Look on it, Andrew Jonas. Look what I'm going now. Look at this now. We are now, because now the entertainer them, right? The vloggers them, right? And many people who are going out there, you understand, now, of course, participating, helping their brothers and sisters. You who collect the ton load of hurricane relief, you understand, grants and hurricane triggered parameters money, insurance money, and hand of them the money the way you have, right? And you tell lie, you understand how JDF now have X amount of helicopters, now have plenty of helicopters. The last time he look on the inventory, JDF have roughly about 15 helicopters in. And you come out and tell lie, and you go on with all of them something there, all of them lie there, because you have to depend top. You understand, with your lie. And if you and the thing is, you know, the thing about this, you know, people, if he has to be on top and was doing the work, it wouldn't somebody know. Him have to depend the top doing the scamming, not working. Have to depend the top doing the scamming, looking for something to scam. If you want to be on the top and was doing something, it wouldn't be so bad. But this man want to be on the top to scam. Now listen to him, Jamaican people. Let us listen to him.
So many pictures of persons giving out packages, and it is becoming almost the in thing now on social media. Everybody is giving out a package. No, I think in the initial days it's necessary, but I'm also very concerned about the dignity of our people. You know, I don't like my country to be shown as people running to get food, fighting over.
You're concerned about the dignity of the people. You're never concerned about the dignity of the people living in Edmund Ridge. We just show Edmund Ridge and the same thing, the same bullshit you come with. Concerning about the dignity of the people. You're never concerned about the dignity of the people living in Edmund Ridge. You see what happened to them? When you talk about you concerned about the dignity of the people, I mean, the people have to run.
Over package and those kind. I don't like that. And it creates a kind of mentality that is not Jamaican. We are independent people at heart. We're not supposed to be doing handout. Now, yes, we are in a place where we need to do relief, but we must never give up our dignity. So if you have to give, that quietly. Help the people who are in distress preserve their dignity. And the people who are in distress, remember your dignity, which is why I announced a week ago that we are going to transition from giving out of packages, because it's becoming highly political. Who never get, and if you go to a man's place and then him say, oh, you never called me to go give package with you. And
it becomes highly political because the opposition have put you in a checks and balance to know that you have tons of relief. And many people are suffering as it relates to what the government is doing. They are not seeing the government in certain places. And who they are seeing in those places, they are seeing the entertainers. They are seeing the vloggers. They are seeing the Andre Stevens. They are seeing Colors. They are seeing what the Fisher guy name again? What the Fisher guy? Yeah. They are seeing the Fisher guy. You understand? They are seeing everybody and not seeing you. And this is the problem you have. You should be embarrassed. You should be shamed.
Cameron's family.
They are seeing the Cameron's family. People literally out there, the very places where you say you can't get to them. These people are getting into those places. Right? What the lady entertainer the name again? Spice. The places them where you say you can't get to. Right? Spice I get to them. Andre they get to them.
Ling and Lam.
Ling and Lama get to them. Asafa they get to them.
Shaggy.
Shaggy I get to them.
Sean Paul.
Sean Paul I get to them.
The Virgos.
The Virgos I get to them. So how you now get to them?
Teach them.
Teach them I get to them. So tell me now. But you feel jealous. Because they must show up your corruption. Because the ton load of items that you have, right? You not spend as much, you know.
And we the floor and something to hit the people there.
You keep them.
They have illegal.
Because you know what you want to do now. Let me tell you what you want to do. All of what you collected, you come up now with a plan to say, yes, but me no can transform them into cash. So we could stop from at the Seaga, you know. We could start to give out food vouchers.
But I keep asking.
Because we can convert them food and now in a cash. You understand? But yes, you have anything to say?
And so I keep asking which company is going to be getting the contract to print these vouchers, because the vouchers not going to fall out of the sky and they're not going to be free.
Exactly.
So there's a company that is lined up for these vouchers that's going to make a lot of money off these vouchers.
And you're perfectly right. And guess who might be having shares in the company? Mr. You know who.
Mm-hmm.
And his friends them. So this is the way how the ton load of items that him getting up. Cargoes upon cargoes upon cargoes upon cargoes him getting up. And the people are not seeing it. You know. The people are not seeing 20% of that. And here you are. You understand? Want to tell the people, calm down, man. Calm down. Don't show my intended corruption. Calm down. Stop it. I'm going to stop it.
You mean your intended or is active corruption?
Right? Both active and intended. You understand? Because active him start with the OPDM. And let me talk this because I just remember something. See, you know, over a month, what happened to the checks and balance system where you say we're going to put in an ad pen there? When the checks and balance there, see there, you know?
Of course, it's checks and balance, money, cash and kind.
Right? But the checks and balance thing there.
Accountability, I'm talking about cash and kind. Don't
Yeah?
misinterpret.
But the independent task force, they will suggest you so that they can keep a focus on all of the things that you collect. So you make sure, say you smartly. You understand? Want people to forget it. But mistake remember it, you know. Right there. And for all of them things that we give out already, all checks and balance are going to provide for all of them things that were gone out already. Eh?
You misunderstood him. He was not talking about checks and balance in terms of accountability. He's talking about checks and balance in terms of the money that's coming in.
Okay.
So that he can be able to,
Yeah,
So
okay.
please don't misunderstand.
All right.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
It's not accountability.
All right. Make we hear him arrogance.
The only gift to that, look, you know, the funny thing is this. The amount of JLP people who call me to say, PMP, MPs get package and don't come to them. And I said, look, I don't want a political issue.
That way I say a lie. Nobody no come to you and say that. That's how you make up. That's how you make up. And this is your MO where people need to know. When at the time gone, you're walking a Spanish town and one little boy come to you and say, you understand, you look like a prime minister. When at the time this come to you and say, you look like this. When at the time people come to you and say, cut the bull S. Pay a lie, you tell. Pay a lie.
Don't bother make no noise over that. Don't make no noise over that. It is disgusting that persons would want to make political issues over the distribution of aid. We have to bring an end to it then, because some people can't help themselves. They can't resist it. And so we are going to shift from the distribution of food packages to giving persons coupons or cards that they can go and buy the stuff that they need.
All right. Yes or no, the robbery start. Right, yes or no, the robbery start. That is the conversion of the food into now liquid cash. You think you're smart? That is where the corruption starts. So now you can take the food, set up a system where all the food where you collect, all the cargo food that come down, is now going to convert it from food into liquid cash. You, me say, you are corruption. You are plain corruption. You.
I see so many pictures of persons giving out packages, and it is becoming almost the in thing now on social media. Everybody is giving out a package. No, I think in the initial days it's necessary, but I'm also...
Take him away. We found him guilty. Take him away. You remember me talk to my Jamaican people because in thinking can grow on me. Take him away. We found him guilty as charged. Now, since you're talking about saving dignity, so, you know, set up your combo long if you do the same thing. Oh, leave that alone. Show this. Make a show what you're talking about. So I'm going to ask you now, if him not expose them people your dignity, take away them people your dignity. Sorry. Yes. Look now, Andrew Honest. You're talking about preserving people dignity. Let me ask you this. I preserve people dignity. Look what it.
I really want for help and folk because folk my main source to get little work. To get little work that we can't get back like a chicken. I already buy 2 lamp already because me a start, but me just want to help me with the folk that we can't start work. See me I put on because the follow shop cut. Me still short of 2 more things. So me glad for this little package. I want to help.
I will love you.
Like you want to take it back.
So that you can get back to your day.
Yes, I mean, one finish up and put that.
Take him away.
It's all right. I can't convict them. I really want to
evidence to convict them. So, Andrew Honest, let me ask you a question. My people dignity, he might take away from them. You understand? Now you have Judge Wright, who is a caretaker, no MP, no. Judge Wright is not a member of parliament, you know. And this is what you do now in terms of your political polarization. This is the politics you play. So you come on the media and you utter big on the media. For the media them hear you. For the people them hear you. You understand? Now we don't need to do that because, you know, it's like you're taking away the people's dignity. And then, Judge Wright, you understand? I mean, you're a big supporter. You understand? He's not MP anymore. Right? There is Judge Wright. There is Judge Wright. When you look, there again, Michelle Charles. You understand? These are the people you have out there. While you come from media platform and you talk about politicization and this and that and that, they say you're one big old dirty nasty hypocrite.
But remember, Michelle Charles will as to have the council that said that they are eating because of Michelle.
They are eating because of Michelle. You have Michelle Charles, right? Who is simply a caretaker, not a member of parliament. They give out the people, they give out food, and I tell the people answer that. And I tell the people them say they are eating
because of her.
Because of her. Can you imagine that? Hold on, let me answer. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Go ahead.
The Prime Minister said he gives 225 million of food. Ask him where.
Exactly.
You know about that?
Very good point. Because that's what he said for true.
Yeah. We can't see it. I mean, the people them can't see it. I mean, where this Prime Minister is something, man.
Well, thank you to remind us on that point, because that's exactly what he said. But weird that is.
Yeah.
Right there.
I don't know where.
Well,
you know.
And
he get tons of things, tons to distribute, and he has it out there with 10%. He just said 20% a while ago. 10%.
Yes. Almighty God.
You know.
So
he's something else, man. With all his photo ops where he's going around.
Yes.
Putting one ribbon. And him talking about the people them showing up them stuff when they donating.
Yes.
He's something, man. He's a sorry Prime Minister.
There you go, sir.
I don't know what the Jamaican people have voted for, but God, no karma.
Well,
all right.
Exactly, my brother. Exactly.
All right.
Wonderful input. You understand? Yeah, man. Love the caller here. What engage us, right? You have anything more to say, caller?
No, I just wanted to say that.
Okay.
You know?
Thank you very much. Blessings. All right. Well, good. Yeah, man. Wonderful point the caller made. You understand? And can you imagine? Right? Now,
if him did give out that amount of food, trust me, the camera, everything would not all over it.
All right. You come in front of the class, Mr. Vaz. Because now come out for you, you know. Because you think, say, right? Whenever you're cornered as it relates to your corruption, right? You want to use bad mind. Yes, caller. Answer this one. Oh, jeez, my finger. Okay. All right. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Go ahead.
Mystic, my brother, it's your brother.
Ah!
You come from Palm Beach, my brother.
Blessings, my brother. Blessings. Go on.
Blessing. Well, you beat them another day, but you play a clip a while ago with the Prime Minister with him folly.
Yes.
And him bullshit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I mean, you know, I gotta give him I gotta give him this. He can spit out numbers.
Yes.
When you come and tell the Jamaica people that you have given out $25 million, $200 million worth of this, and it's not on the ground. You have to explain to the people and tell the people, don't give the people numbers. If you gave out $225 million worth of food package,
yes,
where, who, why, and when?
Exactly.
You need to give specific, Mr. Prime Minister. He's got this Jamaica Labour Party government just come in front of the media, give you a story, and give you numbers and no specifics. It's the biggest sham. It's the biggest sham government that there is in the entire world. I mean, the corruption is so blatant that them not realize that we're in an age of information and everybody's on to them. There's nobody who don't know what they're doing apart from the dunce labor right them. Every sensible, well-thinking person know that whatever come out of Andrew Holness' mouth is nothing but crap, lies, and bullshit. You know?
Speak it as it is.
And I want to ask the Prime Minister this. When the Prime Minister talk about dignity, does he know the meaning of the word dignity?
Exactly.
Does he really understand when he's referring to Jamaica people and talking about dignity? Because dignity, to my estimation, means honor, one who's honored, worthy, and respected. So let me ask the Prime Minister, Mr. Prime Minister, which one of those have you applied to the Jamaica people since you've been in office? Tell me where have you elevated the people's dignity, worth, and respect? You have 28 bank accounts where you're enriching yourself with billions and billions of dollars during COVID when everybody else has suffered. You are enriching yourself. Where does dignity, worth, and respect come into that? We just have a hurricane last year, and the country and another hurricane come find the country in the same states. Where is the worthiness and the respect for the Jamaica people in that, Mr. Prime Minister? Where is it? We have a situation where millions of dollars of AIDS have been delivered to the country from the diaspora and other countries alike. Yet still we have the majority of people who are suffering are still crying out for help and crying out for aid. And we have not seen you make any reasonable or rational attempt to distribute the aid that given to them. We have heard you made promises about lending them things that you were given to give to the people. You tell you I will lend them it. You tell them say you put them in a tin can. and we see I build some little boxes to kill the people them. Where is the worthiness, the dignity, and the respect? Because when you mention words, Mr. Prime Minister, you need to recognize the meaning of the word. We know you went to St. Catherine High School, which is not much, which is not much to say, and we know you went to UA. But brother, you're not reflecting your education right now, Mr. Prime Minister, because you're talking crap.
Exactly.
Okay, when you stand and tell the Jim, when you talk about aesthetics, when people are suffering, homeless, hungry, destitute, and desperate, what kind of aesthetics do you expect to get from that, Mr. Prime Minister? What is the aesthetics do you want to, because you're so hung up on how things look, but not what you're doing. The Prime Minister said, hang up on how things look, my brother, in a time of desperation, destitute, and disaster. The Prime Minister of Jamaica and the world need to know this. He is hung up on aesthetics, how it look when people are run for food, how it look when people are hand out food and videos on YouTube. This is what the Prime Minister of Jamaica is focused on. You know, when people roof blow off, instead of the Prime Minister get shipload of zinc, shipload of plywood, ships of plywood, shipload of plywood, nails and hammers, park up in the port so Jamaica people can start rebuild them house and get it and start rescue people, put them in shelters and provide hot meals for them. He's hung up on the word aesthetics, how people look when people are trying to save their own life and survive. That is what he's hung up on. The man is out of touch. He's out of touch with the reality of what's happening in the country. Just like a lot of Jamaicans are out of touch with the reality of what's happening in Jamaica. There's a disconnect between reality and fiction in the Prime Minister's eyes and in his head. Because what he's talking about have no meaning or bearing on people suffering. Zero meaning or bearing on people suffering. And for him to be hung up, this is the second week I hear the Prime Minister talk about the aesthetics of stuff. And let me put this in his head also. Every video on television, every second video on YouTube is an MP from his party handing out something. You just played one, right?
True.
You just played one.
True.
Wasn't that a labor right?
Yeah, he's a labor right. He's a labor right caretaker because he had lost his seat.
So when the Prime Minister is talking, Mr. Prime Minister, look in the mirror at yourself and your party.
Exactly.
Because you have a lot to be answered for. You're a disgrace to the people of Jamaica. And Jamaica people, for God's sake, people, wake up. Because becoming 82.0. Wake up. That's no joke. It now go past, now go straight down there. We're going to be 82.0 in the region. If we don't get rid of this corrupt nonsense we have as a Prime Minister and these dumb labor rights. Douglas Vaz, I have to say this, man. Douglas Vaz, Jesus Christ, man. You have no shame, Mr. Vaz. No shame. The man have no. Every time the man talk, it's like him go to pit toilet. I mean, the man just talk shit on top of shit.
Oh, you mean Daryl Vaz? Daryl.
See, you mean Daryl
Vaz, yes.
Whatever Vaz him name, it doesn't matter what you call him. I'm so dumb. It doesn't matter what you call him. It's so dumb, stupid. And I mean, the man is just one blunder after the other. The man come to Parliament with a dictionary. Yes. And making quotes from the dictionary to describe the opposition, because the opposition asks relevant question to the governance of the country. Instead of the man come back with substance to rebut the opposition or to counteract what the opposition is saying or to prove a point that they're correct, all he could do was search a dictionary for adjectives to come back and
unbelievable. Unbelievable in terms of what you're saying. I couldn't believe it. Unbelievable.
I stopped there and I said, this was. I said, I was astonished. I was perplexed. I mean, I could not believe that a minister of a country would do something like that. would put himself, and you know, this confirm that the man is a damn dunce. Because if you have to go look up the word, whatever, tears, he must be a damn dunce. You know what I mean? It make no sense. The things that they
and these are our lawmakers.
The country just experienced the worst disaster in its history. One of the worst disasters in the hemisphere, and all our government can talk about is millions of dollars and aesthetics. Millions of dollars and aesthetics. How it look when you run for food, how it look when you give out packages. That is what the government can come to the Jamaica people and talk about. And the media and the Jamaica media really put them on the media, said them kind of food. It's a disgrace to the country.
True.
It's a disgrace to every Jamaican, and it's a disgrace in the international community, because we cannot make this kind of representation coming out of the country when we're in such a critical stage of the country. The bread basket is gone, tourism is gone, the country now produce. Right? The dollar is about to hit 300 to 1 by the next quarter.
There's no joke.
Through the roof.
There's no joke. What you just said there. There's no joke.
And these are, listen, they're going to see it. They're going to mistake. Remember, we tell them, Remember, we tell them. So they will see the results of this.
Exactly.
And all the government can talk about is how things look. How
Crazy.
Things look for him, like I told you last week, Mystic. This because the government is so focused on the classism and the PSOJ status and all of these people, the clique in the country. So these verbiage that he's coming with is coming from the clique, because the clique want to give a certain look. And present things a certain way, hide the truth of the country.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because that's how they live. That's how them live. And this is exactly what the Prime Minister of the country is portraying to the masses of the people. And it's a disgrace, a disservice, and an injustice to the Jamaica people, what the Prime Minister is doing. And I hope he will stop talking about the aesthetics of things, how things look, and start helping the people, the poor and the suffering. Stop, Mr. Prime Minister, from talking about how things look. People are trying to survive, not because you're not hungry now, but I'm pretty sure, Mr. Prime Minister, you know what hunger is. And for man mystic that know what hunger and suffering is, because him come from very humble beginnings.
Exactly.
Poor background, a Spanish town he come from, grew up in some city, Fulma way. I come from Fulma Crescent. And the man going to St. Catherine High School, he know what hunger and suffering is. And for him to be portraying this kind of attitude and this kind of aesthetic argument, it is disappointing to me as a Jamaican, because he know what hunger is and he know what it is not to have.
Exactly.
And when people hungry and destitute, what do you expect them to do, Mystic? What are they supposed to do when you now help them? You're entrusted to help the people and you're not doing it. And what do you expect them to do? You're going to talk about what they are doing as if they're your kids you're talking to.
Crazy.
These are people, these are women and fathers and mothers and senior citizens, grandfathers and grandmothers who are trying to just survive. Them are run for food, them need handout, them need the packages, they need this, because Mr. Prime Minister, you are MIA in a disaster. You are MIA in a disaster. There's an APB out in Jamaica for the Jamaica government and helping the people right now. That is how bad it is.
That's how bad it is.
And for him, and I'm sick and tired of the Prime Minister coming out, come talk about how things look. If you don't like how things look, help the people, fix the problem.
Exactly.
If you don't like how the aesthetics and stuff, fix the problem.
Exactly.
But don't talk about how things look aesthetically. You must be out of your goddamn mind to be coming out in the public and saying that. You have no sense, no empathy, no compassion for the people of Jamaica, Prime Minister? None? Where is your empathy, compassion for the people? And any Jamaicans who can't see what's happening, God help them. This is horrible. This is god-awful, man. It's god-awful what's happening in the country, in my country. And Jamaica people better wake up and stop this nonsense with the loggerhead Prime Minister, Douglas, Pump Vaz, or whatever Vaz him want name, Dunce Vaz, and the rest of clowns. It's ridiculous. They're entrusted to help the people to solve these problems. That's what they're elected for. Not only that, they just give themselves 300% raise, retroactive for 3 years, because they said that's the only way them can govern the country. Where is the 3%? Your 300% raise work? Where is it at? Where is that work at? Where is it at?
Exactly, Carla. You're touching all the points. Because, and let me say this to you. Let me say this. As a government, right, in terms of your administration and you're dealing with good governance, if you are not able to hear out the people as it relates to the crisis, empathize and sympathize with the people, lead the people to a resolution and provide a positive course of action for the people, this, as a government, you need to take away yourself.
It's this, man. It bleeds my heart, my brother. It bleeds my heart to see the kind of governance that's happening in the country, or the people are suffer, and the government is while them rich and they're defending the clique of the country, the handful of people of the country who rob and thief the country and live up in a Beverly Hills and in a Cherry Garden and up in a Stony Hills, while those people are sitting in their cocoons.
Speak up, my brother.
90% of the people in the breadbasket of the country. We have farmers have lost their farm, their livelihood. We have mothers and children who have lost their livelihoods and their homes. Grandfathers and grandmothers. And the Prime Minister of the country, Mystic, oh my God. All he can come out and tell us, him not want to see this on YouTube, and we don't want to see people run for food. How can you not be compassionate in a time like this? The Prime Minister. The man had no compassion, Mystic, and it's really disturbing me, man. It's disturbing.
Carla,
it's disturbing. Because without compassion, you can't help the people.
Let me say this, because we have seen the fundamental wrong and we accept it. I have been saying right from yesterday until now that when you have the executive, right, sleeping with the legislature, then automatically, you know, both of them are going to F the judiciary. And we have seen the system of contamination as it relates to our justice, right? And it filters down as it relates to the corruption. And what you're talking about, that the Prime Minister's only care about the political optics. But what sort of political optics that the Prime Minister care about where the political optics doesn't help him? Doesn't help him. So everything what you're saying, you understand, you're hitting the nail on the head.
And it doesn't help people either. And it doesn't help the people. The poor, the hunger, the suffering, the homeless, the ones unable to rebuild. Right? It doesn't help none of these people. Nothing that he's talking about. Nothing that the Prime Minister have said from the hurricane ended is geared towards helping the people.
Nothing.
I challenge anybody to give me one speech from the Prime Minister mouth that will help one Jamaican. Tell me which day one speech that the Prime Minister uttered one word to address or help one single Jamaican in the hurricane disaster area. Tell me one. I would love to know anybody. Does anybody know anything that he has said that will help one person save one life or rebuild one house in the hurricane disaster area since the hurricane ended 2 months ago?
Crazy one.
Does anybody know? I am waiting to hear. And if any of your caller can tell you, Mystic, please challenge him to tell you, because I have not heard anything that he said to help one Jamaican.
All right.
Life turn around.
Okay.
None. He has not done that. And but all he can talk about is how things look when people are trying to save them life, help them family, and get some food to eat. And if that's what you focus on, Mr. Prime Minister, God help Jamaica. God help Jamaica, because I'm telling you, man, Jamaican people, I mean, you know, I blame them, but at the same time, I empathize with them, because they're the reason why they have this kind of governance. But at the same time, Mystic, I love my country and my people, and I have to empathize.
Oh,
and
yes.
I hope that they wake up sooner than later, because with each passing day, each passing month, each passing hour, the situation get worse. It's not getting better. It can't get better unless you have a solution, unless you're proactive, unless you're deliberate. Okay? Listen, Jamaica is not the first country to go through a disaster like this. It's not the first. And it's not the worst. There's many examples of other countries who have gone through disaster like this. So there is a blueprint and a plan to get out of it. And if the Jamaican government is responsible but don't know how to do it, ask. You reach out, get on the phone, call other countries who have been through things like this. How do you get over this? How do you save and better the life for your people out of this? If you don't know this, pick up the phone and ask.
But to be honest, Caller, I don't think, to be honest, Caller, I don't think it's a situation that he doesn't know how to do it, you know. I think the man DNA is just wrapped in criminality and corruption. I'm just playing with that.
But Mr. You know, I might think even if you're criminal and corrupt, you have to have some kind of empathy for the people, because if you don't have them, you can't thief, you know. So you have to ask them for thief.
The man is a reptile, my brother. The man is a reptile, cold-blooded, not warm-blooded.
Yeah, man. It's mind-boggling to me, Mystic, how Jamaica people is allowing this to drag on and drag on and drag on and drag on. The opposition raised some very, very, very pointed question in Parliament.
Oh yeah.
And they've yet to receive an answer. All they've gotten is name calling and nonsense.
Bad mind. Come on.
And the people must understand that the opposition doesn't have the purse or the power to do anything. What the opposition is doing is out of the good of their heart and empathy and love for the people of Jamaica. That's all they can do. The government that is elected, our thief the election, is the government in charge with the purse and is entrusted with the responsibility to do the governance and is responsible for the hurricane relief. They're responsible for every single aspect of society, governance, and survival of the Jamaica people. So Jamaica people need to be aware of that. Don't get fooled by the other bullshit.
And hold on, Carla, because Carla, I'm glad all you point out this, that the opposition is not the government, right? It is so the responsibility fall on the government's shoulders, right? The opposition is there, you understand, to make sure that the checks and balance within the government being done, right? And the opposition, right, responsibility, right, is to oppose constructively, and they are doing it, and they are doing that damn well. That's all the opposition very well. They are doing that.
You know, and when it comes to checks and balance, if the government is not willing to adhere to checks and balances, then the opposition have very little that they can do about that also. So the people need to realize that the opposition is the opposition, it's not the government. So there's nothing that you can say about the opposition or ask of the opposition. All they can do is operate from a place of concern, empathy, and love for their country. And that's all they're doing. They're not entrusted with the governance of the country. They're not, and Jamaica people need to understand that. So when the government come out and talk about the PNP this and the PNP that, and the dirty, corrupt, lying, crony media start talk about the opposition, it is all false information, because the opposition,
as if the opposition is the government,
anything other than what they're doing.
Crazy.
Okay, and the Jamaica people need to understand, and I think there's some misconception within the Jamaica public, you know, that the opposition can do, but they can't do. They're the opposition.
I'm glad you're pointing it that out.
Our power to do anything.
And you're right. You're 100% right. Over and over, right? We say that to them, right? It's one government at a time. Over and over.
That's it.
Right? So then I don't see why you're blaming the opposition. The opposition can't do this, the opposition can't do that. Right? It's ludicrous. And this is why civics is important.
Yes.
You understand? And to the fact that they lack civics, they always are bringing and they engage the opposition. The opposition is the opposition. They don't have the purse.
They don't. They do not have the power or the purse. You know, and every single aspect of Jamaica life and livelihood is determined by the government in power, which is Andrew Holness and the Jamaica Labour Party. And the Jamaican people must know that. They must know that, and don't make the media fool them with other nonsense, because it's not factual. The Jamaica Labour Party is in charge of the government with Andrew Holness as the head, as the Prime Minister. Regardless of how we got there, he's in charge with it and entrusted with it. And if he's not doing the job, he needs to step down. And I asked this 2 weeks ago for the Prime Minister to step down, because I don't think that the Prime Minister have the capacity for this moment. I don't think his cabinet have the capacity for this moment. And that is why I have no confidence that the Jamaica will recover anytime soon. And we can see that the disease is rising. You know, sickness is rising.
Mm-hmm.
We can see the homelessness is rising. We can see every single socio-economic situation in the country getting worse.
What is Italian leptospirosis? The last time we got it was what? 72? So
it's rising, but every week
it's gone to 91 now.
The last one was
yes.
91, so
I remember in a mistake 2 weeks ago I called it, and I tell you that one thing with disease is have no borders.
Exactly.
Disease have no borders.
Exactly.
It's borderless. So who think them can't get it? We'll get it.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So they need to recognize what's happening around them and in the country. All those Jamaicans living in their cocoon who don't care and don't believe, they better wake up.
All right.
They better wake up, because this is getting from bad to worse, my brother. Keep up the good work and keep
blessings, my brother.
the good fight going.
All right.
Appreciate you all.
And always a pleasure to hear from you. All right. Blessings.
Yes, my brother.
All right. You know, one of my strong callers there, you know.
Okay,
You understand?
over 70 suspected probable confirmed cases, including 26 confirmed cases and 12 deaths. 7 confirmed.
Okay.
Primarily St. James Center and St. Elizabeth parishes.
All right. Yes.
Let me get back up.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Daryl Vaz. Right. You come in front of the class. Right, because we want to deal with you now, you know. You come in front of the class, Mr. Daryl Vaz. Now, I could put up Mr. Vaz on it and hear what Mr. Vaz has to say here. Because trust me, this money is something else. This money is something else, right? Unbelievable. Let us listen to him.
Is that the one you want?
Yeah.
Uproar and wave of questions about the recently announced government loan to the Jamaica Public Service Company, JPS, came a strong pushback from Portfolio Minister Daryl Vaz. Vaz, at a post-cabinet media briefing, reasoned it's a case of much ado about nothing, with a resolve to do what he deems right and good for the Jamaican people.
This is a wise business decision, a wise government decision, and it's a responsible decision that we will not back away from. And I want to indicate, I as minister, if I had to do it, I would do it every day and twice on Sundays. So I take full responsibility and I have no apologies and I have no explanation.
He went further, insisting the terms of the loan being for a period of 5 years and 5.5% interest were carefully considered to ensure there'd be no need to pass along expenses to customers. However, the minister was incensed by the opposition he faced in Parliament Tuesday in relation to the US $150 million loan and the remaining 300 or so millions the company needed.
The original estimate was $480 to $600 million. It has been revised down to $350 to $400 million. The $150 billion that we are lending them was not picked out of a hat. They told us they needed $75 million a month for 2 months to bring us full restoration. So yesterday in Parliament again, the noise and the mischief about the fact that the $150 million is not enough, and where is the other 200 or 250 million coming from? That's not a discussion that we have had with the JPS. We have had a discussion about $150 million. The JPS is owned majority privately, so the government has no obligation to fund a private entity. We did so in this case because of the benefits.
Vaz contends there is no consideration by the government to assist the JPS in securing the remaining amount at this time, reminding that the power company is owned majority privately. And on the matter of another $50 million mentioned by the critics for the JPS through the Emergency Disaster Fund, further clarity.
That is a separate disbursement by the OUR, which is entitled to JPS in a disaster once they can quantify and qualify and justify their claim. So I wanted to make that also very clear.
Amid the uproar and wave of questions about the recently announced government loan to the Jamaica Public Service Company, JPS, came a strong pushback from Portfolio Minister Daryl Vaz. Vaz, at a post-cabinet media briefing, reasoned...
All right. Now, let me say this categorically clear, right, as it relates to Daryl Vaz. Number one, Daryl Vaz cannot be trusted, and I'm categorically speaking that. The evidence of Daryl Vaz's experiences, right? He cannot be trusted. And Daryl Vaz, based on what I'm getting from Daryl Vaz, is like a government badness. Who dare the opposition, right, to be asking the questions that the opposition is asking. Now, the opposition is not, let me say this categorically clear, the opposition is not against JPS getting the assistance as it relates to the $150 million and so forth, right? And with the pending amount, whether it is maybe 200 or 250, whether it may move from 350 to 400, you understand? But there are some differences, right? There are some inconsistencies between Fayeval, you understand, and you, Daryl Vaz. What Fayeval is saying, and to my understanding, that the 150 million, you understand, can deal with full restoration, right? Now, you are saying something appears to be different as it relates to, might be take 300 million or 350 or whatever to deal with the entire restoration. So then get it, Daryl Vaz, as it relates to the inconsistencies. You understand when you listen to Fayeval. Fayeval is saying, as it relates, and I don't understand the finance minister, Fayeval, right, doesn't know the detail. She's the finance minister. You understand? She's going to be one of the signatorettes to sign off. And yet the finance minister doesn't know the detail. The finance minister seems like he's asking for Daryl, right, to speak, and that Daryl, right, cannot be trusted. Because number one, we don't know if Daryl is speaking the truth up until this point. Because that is Daryl Vaz. That is Daryl Vaz. And we have evidence of that. We have evidence of that. That this man is despicable, this man is a lie, and this man involved in corruption. We are not guessing this. This is something we know. Daryl Vaz involved in corruption from him head to him toe. So we can't expect that everything that is coming from Daryl Vaz relating to the JPS situation, right, is a fact. We need clarity because I don't know, people. Let me say one thing significant, shall we say. You understand? I am not getting any detail on up until this point. Right? What is the total asset value of JPS? Be prepared, right? As it relates to lend JPS 150 million, right? Where we hearing some argument that, okay, there was a 400 million, right, sort of allotted to them, and they will pay us back the 150 million, you understand? As it relates to what Fayeval is saying, you know, that it was like 400 million US, right, within the whole thing for that is out there for JPS. And when JPS get back that, you understand, we'll be able to get back the 150 million. That is what Fayeval is saying, you know. So the whole thing now sort of full of confusion, right? The best of us don't even understand what is going on. And so then likewise, the opposition wants some clarity, right? We heard that, okay, and they'll be seeking the loan at an interest at 5.5%. However, this is what may I come down now to. You understand? Let me come down into my, you understand, little mind. I am saying, we are taking money and give to JPS. In terms of my curiosity, whether people want to say, well, Byron, you get it wrong and rare, blah, blah, blah. Yes, me here, Daryl Val, some money have come out of the emergency disaster fund and rare, blah, blah, blah. But you know, so we get 150 million in a cap ban, right? And me I say, I am wondering if the Prime Minister now sort of put that or dash that in at the consolidated fund. You understand? And that is somewhat they come out now to give to JPS. Me no matter where Vaz was say, where I get it from. You understand what I say? And so then if that is the case, so then you take now the cat ban relief money. You understand? And give to people. Not but I mean, look, for restoration, yeah. You understand? We can assist JPS as it relates to restoration. But we want to know some detail. Here one of the details where Mystic Sensation want to know. How much is JPS asset value at this time? That is very important to know, you know. Because if you are going to take up X amount of money and assist JPS, and then JPS is not of that value, then why the government not just take over the whole thing? Why the government not just take over the whole thing and don't allow or give JPS any room or any opportunity? Me just say, you know. You understand? Any opportunity to grab the money there and run gone. Because, all right, people, you hear me talking now? I wonder if the next 2 months or so down the line, when you see JPS pack up, you know. Okay, all right. Let me just hear what the caller is saying. Yes, my my sister. Yes, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Lady Mystic.
Yes,
Thank you. You're doing such an excellent job and support for your husband.
Thank you. All right.
Let's talk a little bit about Daryl Vaz, Brother Mystic, because you've been very, very, very thorough.
Yes.
Chronologically, strategically, logical, factual, evidence-based. I can name it out for all of us here in the diaspora.
Yes.
And we're not trusting for truth. He's not trustworthy by his own mouth. You know they always say cock mouth kill cock.
Mm-hmm.
This man, for example, you realize that every time the opposition press him for details on this JPS loan, in this kind of behavior in Parliament where there's no answer.
Exactly.
And just getting at the passa business, and then the next day or so, he come back out with some kind of explanation and give us a little bit, nothing where we can say, okay, this add up. Nothing. He just keep on feeding us like him a feed we a little bit, and he no back up.
That look like government badness to me. Government badness.
All right. Listen, this is my opinion. We need to charge him. We, the people, make sure something in the Constitution hold them accountable for these kind of misleading, this wickedness them doing to our people. For example, electricity. Our people may have electricity in the abundance. Our affected areas, most of it doesn't have any homes. And we used to kitchen bitch. We used to buckle lamp.
Mm-hmm.
We used to kerosene lamp.
Oh, yeah.
We used to all these things that we used to do. We used to coal stove, crane, outside kitchen, inside kitchen. We are a versatile, resilient people. So when him come out with JPS, we need people them want like the people them want like stop. He needs to stop feeding on our emotions and our fears about not having. We are resilient. We can't go back to even 3 stone and put firewood and make fire cook food. So when he might try to use say the people that need electricity, why doesn't he say the PISOJ wants electricity? Because these businesses where him and in crony, Andrew Owen is cooking up the corner shop and them sitting and taking relief money and stack it out and the voucher system and all these things they're throwing at us.
Exactly.
Why not just come out and say that's exactly what the plan is? Because we blatantly say that's the plan. You know, nothing about people getting electricity. And
you hit the nail on the head, my sister. You hit the nail on the head. And that's the truth.
Next thing I'm gonna hit on mistake is this, because the Titans, you know, make we learn up here, you know.
All right.
You know, the panic ground, you know, but it's like with the panic ground.
All right.
JPS, first of all, didn't ask for a loan, they asked for an extension, which they all confirm now.
Yes.
Instead, they might go give 150 million. Yet still, even the finance, who is the ministry where money, them have to give him the money, can't account for all that money going to be used. She can't even say, well, she give a little bit of 5.5, you have to go to the minister. So you realize that we have to rule that out.
Yeah, she can't even account for herself in a parliament.
They're not come to the front of the line yet. How long now? The young black, yeah, what the government them are saying, no, the Pinocchio, and you all see the Pinocchio, tell the whole Jamaica, and you see me say Pinocchio nose, the Pinocchio puppet, Pinocchio prime minister me. He knows get so long in can't see in face, no nothing can't see. Not even the ground in front of him, so long with the lies. Back to it. JPS hasn't come to the front of the line and tell the residential customer, which is our affected citizen, what's going on yet, you know.
Exactly. You're right.
And you realize that the commercials, which is the private sector, the local investor, who's a business people, them same one not even come out yet and say anything, you know, because they're just waiting for their business to put up. So them knows that them at the front and foremost of this whole thing with Daryl and them. But the residential customer, which is the massive customer base of JPS, they haven't come out and say nothing yet, you know, and they need to. We need to hold JPS accountable too.
Perfect, right.
They need to give us some answer, not just what the government say. And as a matter of fact, for that meeting that they were supposed to come to, I see Mr. Bunting and the meeting, the committee said they're giving them until when? I think the 14th or sometime mid-January.
Yes.
To come and tell them what's really going on, because at 2 times now they were supposed to come and they don't come. Why?
Exactly, my sister.
I leave that for you to consider. We know no going to fix it for we make understand and
of course.
Get to the bottom and like fire, beat the hammer like the fire, and what Mystic Sensation, Lord Come Ranger, and melting pot.
All right.
We know about the panic, all right?
Blessings, my sister.
Big up everyone and bye-bye.
Bye-bye, bye-bye. Love that input. Love that, you know. Yes. I mean, the call of curiosities are on point. Now, I am saying, right, as it relates to prudence, right, with the government, right, we need to understand or establish what is the asset value for JPS. What is the asset value for JPS? We need to know that. So then if you are going to take, look here, taxpayers are going to be paying for that, you know. And the way how Daryl Vaz is behaving. Daryl Vaz is behaving like, you know, he's doing us a favor. Taxpayers will have to pay for that.
No matter what he wants to say, because we had to pay for Ivan for how many years?
Right?
We had to be paying Ivan recovery fund on our bill. Them not going to put it as Melissa recovery, but they're going to damn well put it in the bill, no matter what he wants.
Exactly.
We've experienced it before, so we know what is coming. So no matter what he wants to say, We know that he's lying.
But
the people are going to have to pay it. And then the same money that the people are going to pay extra is what JPS, if they stick around, is going to use to pay us back, our money to pay us back.
Madness. But you hear unkind it, that the expenses is not going to extend to the customers. Madness. That is a lie. That is right out, straight out lie. Right? Straight out lie. So when we look at this, and this is not the only lie that Daryl Vaz come out in the public, you understand, look us in the face and lie to us. He lied to us about the buses. Right? And I am saying in terms of moving forward, why can't we, right, have an understanding, have an awareness, make cognizant that what is the value of JPS at this particular point? Why we can't hear that? And then, if we understand the total value, asset value of JPS, the people have to speak whether or not it is prudent for the government to go down that road in terms of assisting any loan. Right? Why again? The banks, right? Because you can't get certain things on the open market. So, is it to the fact that the only thing one can't get that on the open market is the only thing is to the fact that the license is going to finish in 2 years? That is what they are packaging. People, listen to me. Listen to me carefully. Listen to me carefully, people. This is what Daryl Vaz is packaging to us. Can be trickery. That JPS, right, will not able to get any loan on the open market because of the license are going to up within 2 years. They want to sell that, might be to give them a reason, right, for us to say, okay, all right, yeah, justified lending them the money. What if there's a situation? I am just saying this, people. What if there is a situation where the amount that it is going to require, you understand, to build JPS, the fact of the matter, the product, right, that JPS want to borrow it on, right? Trust me, cannot be used because the asset value is so limited. Are we thinking about that? Are we thinking about that? And I am asking the opposition, right? Please listen to what I am saying, right? We are asking the opposition to dig deeper, right? In asking the asset value for JPS. Why the government not come out and just be transparent? Tell us how much JPS value. We are not going to presume or made to believe that JPS, you understand, carry a high value at this time. Come on. You deal with Daryl Vaz. Let me show you why we need to concern about Daryl Vaz that we are dealing with. We are not stupid. We are not stupid. Right? We don't want to know that, okay, all right, we take up X amount of money and give to JPS, and then the next 2 months, right, JPS, you understand, as it relates to the shareholders, you understand, who owe 80%. We only own 20%. So then the shareholder with the least amount of shares, you understand, is the one who is going to deal with the bailout, where we don't have no money for bailout nobody, you know. I don't think no people. Think of what I say. Right? We had roughly about 19% in a JPS. And it is the shareholder, right, that carry the lease between Manabali and the next one. They own roughly 80%. right? And they are not man up going up front and lead the mission in front. Is the shareholder with the 20%? Want to tell me something now? Something wrong with that. Something wrong with that. All right. You remember left that alone, you know?
As I said, it's
right?
19% and the other 1% is amount.
Private,
partners.
yeah.
So who are these private partners?
DS is right. Me just give a round off figure, but DS is right when DS is in 19%, and that is what we owe for true.
But we need to think about the other
right?
1%, the other 1% private owners. Who are they? Is there anyone in Parliament on the government side that is part of that 1%?
If 1%, that might be Andrew. You mean I have corruption, you know? So let us look the reason why we not trust you now. Play the next clip on it. These are the reasons why we not trust you. We're going to show you why we not trust you. You understand? We are just not going to accuse you and not explain to you why we not trust you. We not stay like you, you know. Yes. I will not say a bad mind. We are showing you why we don't trust you. Right? So let me just explain now to you now so the people can understand. You understand why I'm not trust you, because too much panky. You understand around your situation. And this is it. Right? December 9, 2024. 300 more linemen arriving as government pushes to restore electricity to thousands by Christmas. You understand? And that's what you are saying now. Right? That is what you are saying. Now, following the completion of a US $150 million loan agreement with Jamaica Public Service Company, JPS, the government has announced that 300 more linemen are being flown in ahead of Christmas to speed up electricity repairs across the parishes most affected by Category 5 Hurricane Melissa. So you saw him kind of now make it look like, say, okay, all right. It's all about hold on. A caller is coming. Call is coming in. All right, let me answer. Yes, caller, you're on Mystic Sensation Live. Please go ahead.
Yes, Father. One question. See?
Yes, blessings, my brother.
Can the asset be determined and estimated by the profit value from the last 5 years?
No, I would say no. As a result of the current situation. So you can't look on the asset value for the last 5 years and make a determination of that. That would be wrong.
Okay, so you have to do it from the physical year then?
Yes. All right. Okay, blessings, my brother. All right. Now, Energy Minister Daryl was given an update on Monday, said the extra manpower would make an immediate difference over the holiday period when thousands of homes and businesses are still depending on generators, candles, and borrowed electricity. Right? After almost 2 weeks of intense negotiation between the Ministry of Energy, Ministry of Finance, and JPS, we are able to have an agreement signed off on Friday last for the 150 million, which will allow for 300 linemen to be mobilized to get here by the week before Christmas, working through right into New Year, he said. Now, the new arrivals will be added to the 170 linemen already operating across Jamaica, lifting the total number of workers to 470. According to FAS, the original plan was for the current teams to be demobilized this week, but the government intervened to keep them in place. Now, he noted that the reinforcement crews will push national restoration from 80% to 90%. Hold on, I want to say yes. From 80% to 90%. So
during Christmas and the New Year.
Okay, during Christmas and the New Year. Acknowledge that the new schedule is far quicker than JP's original projections. Okay, we showed some communities could have been waiting until May 2026. Right, so consider that in terms of those people will be coming in, will reduce that time. So that is what the 150 million loan would be able to do in relation to bringing back the timeliness for restoration for the island of January and by 90% December. Right? So that is what he's saying, you know. But again, we could ask the question, can we trust Daryl Vaz? Here is the reason why we can't trust Daryl Vaz now. Put the next clip up on it. Put the next clip up. Let me show Daryl Vaz and show the entire world why we don't trust you, sir. This is not the first time we are hearing something like you when you give us guarantee. Right? And whenever you back into a corner, you get defensive. Right? And then, at the outcome, the end result, we still found you wanting. So then, is this, as it relates to how we are dealing with JPS, is another scenario as what we can take, you understand, as it relates to the rural school bus. So this Daryl Vaz, here it is. This is the reason why you cannot be trusted, and other reasons to the fact that you have involved in several, not one, several corruption, including, you know, you manage whole of JP accounts in ISSL and anything. Me I left out that. Me I clear you with that. All right. So we don't trust you. Let me tell you why we not trust you. See here, roll out of rural school bus system and track for September. Minister Vaz said, just like what you talk about JPS, you know. 300 linemen are coming in and this, and 90% up by December. And by January, we're supposed to do full restoration. Me they remind you what you say, you know. See you know, in July 9, 2025, you know. Roll out of rural school bus system and track for September, Minister Vaz said, you know. That's what you're saying. Now, here it is. Answer this to me only. Minister of Science and Energy, Telecommunication and Transport, Honorable Daryl Vaz, says the rollout of the rural school bus program remains firmly on track for September 2025. And this you're saying, hold on, you know, let me answer the caller here before we deal with the case. Hello, you're on Mystic Sensation. Pleasant afternoon to you, ma'am.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine, madam.
I'm enjoying your program. Listen to it every time.
Thank you.
But just a little question.
Yes.
Are we sure Daryl Vaz not taking that money to bail out leaching?
Backside. Why a problem?
That's all I want to hear, and I'm gonna hang up and listen to you.
But that is a problem. Thank you. No. Well,
JPS would have to come out.
You know, no, as it relates to her question still, you know, I don't put that away from the government, you know, particularly Andrew Ones. Remember, say, Iman leaching, they talk about 5 and 4, you know.
But remember, but they're using JPS name, so JPS would have to be in under collusion. So it's
no, the lady asked a question.
With this government, anything is probable, but I'm saying that JPS as a mostly private entity and their name is being used with this 150 million. I'm going to start to say I don't think so, but with this government, anything is possible.
I am going parallel with the question that the lady asked. Nothing wrong, you understand? Because look, again, we have to think beyond the horizon.
We can't
put
think
it this
about
way.
the other
Right?
donation monies that are not accounted for yet, that we're not hearing anything about. Then we can wonder, is that going towards that?
You know what the Prime Minister do with the relief and I tell lie over $225 million worth of relief.
That's why I am saying maybe that money is what is going towards maybe doing that. If that we're just saying we're not accusing anybody, but I don't think that JPS situation would.
But either, whatever means them are use and blah blah blah. You understand?
What's a bangarang?
I mean, this a bangarang, this a
But all of them get exposed one time. All of them climb too high and now all of them behind out the door.
You know, so me feel say by the time they end at 2026.
All of them behind out the door.
You know, so by the time they end at, don't be surprised by the end.
Agreed, you know.
Yeah, but don't be surprised by the end year 2026. You understand? PNP might automatically in the government because the amount of investigation, right, and corruption charges that is coming towards them right now. You understand? Trust me. So we could get back to the program, right? Now, and with the lady who just called, Madam, trust me, we have to think about anything is possible when we're talking about a kleptocratic government. I'm going to leave it right there. Now, this is the reason why we don't trust you. Because you see your sound up here, so let me show you how you sound up here, so. You say rollout of rural school bus system and track for September. And that you said Minister Vaz. That's what you said. That's what you said. So we are telling you cannot be trusted. Now look at now. Look at now, Daryl. Minister of Science, Energy, Telecommunication and Transport, Honorable Daryl Vaz, says the rollout of the rural school bus program remains firmly on track. You use the adverb to show your seriousness, you know. The adverb firmly. You cemented that to show you how serious you were. Now, he said that the total complement of 110 buses will be in the island by the end of July, in time for the start of the new school year. Daryl, let me ask you a question. How are we in now? June?
We're not December.
No. Me not say we in December. Almost June we in. Hear what Daryl say, yes, sir. He said the total complement of the 110 buses will be in the island by the end of what? By the end of when? Look. July. In time for the start of the new school year. The 110 school buses. So over we in now on June.
Remember, say only Daryl Vaz alone can count. The rest of we don't know numbers.
Oh, so all right. So all right.
We don't know numbers.
People who make a pretend say we're still in a June. 14 units arrived in the island last Saturday, right? July 5. To add to the 26 that arrived on June 24, the minister said. 4 more are currently en route to Jamaica. 18 will be delivered by July 14. 28 will be delivered on July 22nd. And 20 will be delivered on July 29, he informed. Right? Mr. Vaz was addressing a press conference on Tuesday, July 8th at the Petroleum Corporation of Jamaica Auditorium in New Kingston to provide an update on the program. Mr. Vaz said the batch of the buses, including 47 small units, which will seat 32 students, 38 mid-sized buses with 54 seats, and 25 units with 72 seats. He noted that 100 will go into the system and 10 will be held back for a contingency purpose. Minister Vaz said that the acquisition of the 110 buses represent phase 1 of the rural school bus system. We intend within 2 years to import an additional 200 and 300 buses to serve the additional 625 schools with a student population of over 300,000, he informed. So take away that now, mash up that now. Let me deal with him now. Let me deal with him now. Let me deal with him. So now let me ask you now, Daryl Vaz. A $1.4 billion, you have utilized for 110 school buses, Let me remind you how you start. Let me remind you how you started this thing out. The way how you start, and this is the reason why we can't trust you. When you started this thing out, what did you say? You never say 110 old school buses, you know. As a matter of fact, we have the evidence, sir. Hold on. You never say 110 old school buses, you know. And when we they hit you, you say 110 new school buses. Yes, Mystic Sensation, you're on the live. Go ahead. Hello? Yes, you're on Mystic Sensation. Go ahead. Good afternoon. You have to, if you have any device in the background, turn it down. All right, go ahead, Carl.
I don't have any device on.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, the school bus thing.
Yes.
You know, so when I school bus pass my gate every morning, and each time it reach my gate, I can know when I'm the school bus, because whenever they want to break,
yes,
I'll be a street.
You have to talk a little louder.
Talk a little louder, but the people hear you, Carla. That's a niceness, this. Yes, repeat what you said.
It's very low.
You hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead. It's a little bit low still, but go ahead.
Yeah, we have a school bus that pass my gate every morning from Monday to Friday.
Yes.
And every patrol right out of the gate. And every time,
yes,
like 5:15 morning time, we can know. Because whenever the school bus reaches there, and it won't break,
okay, so basically, hold on the caller. So basically, you're saying that they are not maintenance worthy.
No, man, that's already, man. When you hear everything,
passa.
and the won't break. So that sure is that whole button. You know about vehicle way, and once you find a problem, then you have to start. Every time, all right, now a minute to 5. I don't think it's part of it. And if it is outside, you can hear it through the earphone when it's slow down. When it's sound, because me can stay in my room and hear it. So if it's outside in front, you will hear it more.
Yes.
So the bus rusty.
The bus not going on the every slow down, it's slow down car or only for patrol on my road. So every time it's slow down and touch the brake, it does scream.
Yes.
And the old vehicle scream when they hold the brake.
Yes. You're correct.
And that happens from it starts in September up to this morning. Because me wake up at 4 o'clock every morning and up and about. Up to this morning, me hear it, pass up yet. Pass up me that hear it.
Yes.
Yes, so that's already. And if you have a vehicle and go road and examine a run in your wall, your brake and then hear that sound there. They want to take off the brake. You're not supposed to sound like that whenever you hold the brake.
And here what happened? Now risk the children in using that whole bus that need obviously proper maintenance. And that's what I do.
Exactly. So you're ready. And the next thing on the JPS. All right. Right now, we have a JPS 4 plant in my yard.
Yes.
Carry the current from Rockford through the hills.
Yes.
To the eastern center, man.
Yes.
And whenever like rainfall and what, right in the year, they normally swamp out there 2-3 months.
Yeah.
That post plant was after giving over 37 years. Right now, the pole are lean to the house. Part of the roof is zinc up and part is slab top. We can't talk about 2 persons when we know work at JPS and I know them say them are looking like that top. Some people know. And we talk to them before the storm and we talk to them after the storm. That pole are lean to the house more. If that pole fall on this house that in that tile, only God can see it.
Can you imagine?
High tension wire. With that high tension wire, have a burn up part of this thing and who the tell? Right now, in the yard of some water, because whenever rain fall, like the land, they have like certain time of year, October,
Yes.
back to December, water, there's some part in the yard right now. So if that fall down and plus look it from some other mango tree where we have one at the back and some other trees, so if it drop right on the house, and I pray to God that not happen.
Can you imagine?
I try to see from my face and all right, I was sending some picture at the post.
Send me some pictures.
And show you. Remember, sorry, actually we can't go inside.
Yes, send me some pictures because we have to. Hold on, Carla. Send me some pictures because we have to get to the relevant authority, because what you are defining to us is really an emergency, right? And that need to be remedied before it taking a life, right? So that's a serious concern that you're speaking about.
Right now, listen, I'm not telling you, we can't move. Wheelchair use, and just this idea thing.
Yes.
When they are alone there, we can't run go to the front because I don't want the post of a drop on the out.
Wow.
We can't go through the back because of step.
Wow.
So it's serious. It's serious. And between now, we dream it more than one time the post fall down. First time we dream it, we try to get in touch with them and show them and make somebody who work with JPS know the seriousness. And then I see right now, and they're not the
Oh boy, I'm telling you, so many complain of this nature, and it just goes to show you the type of government where we are dealing with, man. Sick.
JP, the last time the post before now, about in 2017, when the post got leading, one of the braces break off, and them never put on. And I have to call and them come and put on a brace, but right where you can see the strain from the brace. The post of them are used to brace it. Marga like a mayor, I brace some big old pole where they is in a car like that. So the place from eastern side the wire pressure and from my side the wire pressure. That's in a car. It's not a straight.
Yes.
But now that's still some picture
yes.
of the post right now as we come out. Right?
Yeah, man. Send it to me.
And the post, I have to say, 37 years now. 37 years now that post planted. And I'm going to tell you water every year. Them time here, water is there. Right now, the earth out here saturated.
All right.
And soft. As I look through my back door, you can see some part of my yard.
Exactly.
So you can see the wet. So,
all right.
Thank you for hearing me.
Yeah, man. Blessings, God.
Yeah, all right.
All right, cool.
Yeah, bless up with me.
All right.
Bless up.
All right. Okay. All right. You're welcome, man. Let us get back to Daryl Vaz. You come back in front of the class at Daryl Vaz. So we are on the situation in explaining to you, sir, why you cannot be trusted, right? For the very same reasons that we are presenting here. Number one, when you first started out with the school bus situation, let me remind you and give you evidence. You were talking about 110 new school buses. You remember that, Vaz? It's when they alone someone beat you up on it. Right? A melting pot. When me alone someone melting pot, I beat you up on it. Right? On a resort to old school buses. Let me show you the evidence that you were talking about 110 school new buses. Because that is the way how you want to trick the system. Let me show the people and the proof. Put up that on it. Let me show the people and the proof. We are show you why you cannot be trusted. Even with this JPS thing, you cannot be trusted, and we are not going to trust you. See it, Daryl Vaz. You remember this? You remember this, Daryl Vaz? May 27, 25. See it, Honorable Daryl Vaz, Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunication, and Transport, Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunication, and Transport, PCJ Building, 36 Trafalgar Road, Kingston 10. Dear Mr. Vaz, regarding permission to import 110 new buses. See, they know that. You show the people them the evidence. You can't go around this. This letter serves to confirm receipt of your correspondence. Date May 2025. May 2025. Who you send the letter to? Danville Walker. It's Danville Walker that respond to you, May 2025. And you told Danville Walker 110 new buses. You see why you cannot be trusted, sir? And why Jamaica cannot be trusted? And why you need to understand that every single question that asked by the opposition, they deserve to ask you the question. Because simply, you cannot be trusted. Regarding the caption matter, additionally, approval has been granted to Elijah to import 110 buses on behalf of the Ministry of Science, Energy and Telecommunication and Transport for the Rural School Bus Transportation Program. Take this away. We only want to show the people, you understand, why you cannot be trusted. And when we tell you, say, you understand, we don't trust you. You understand that you can come and tell us anything, you understand, with JPS. We are not going to take that, sir. And we can't take that. Right? Because you are all lied. You are con artists. And you are corrupted. So every word that come out of your mouth, regardless of what you say about bad mind and blah, blah, when you back into a corner, when you can't explain yourself. So let me ask you a question now, Daryl. Now, since we deal with that, let me ask you a question. You spend $1.4 billion, right, to get us 110, right? And you whole dirty bus them, right? We shot them the bus there, where you buy from 2010. Them whole buses there where you buy don't even value $1,500. Don't even value $1,500. And you use the school children them, as pawns to show you how extremely wicked you are, Now let me answer this lovely lady. Yes, lady, you're on Mystic Sensation. Go ahead.
Hi, Mystic. How you doing?
I'm good, my dear.
Regular listener, but first time caller.
All right, thank you for that. And bless up yourself.
Enjoy listening, and I always subscribe.
Thank you.
Yes, I was listening to the gentleman a few minutes ago.
Yes.
And I was so laughing.
Yes.
Because you know why I'm laughing?
Yes.
I think Donkey Bar said, we are only talking, but we are only barking, but we are not biting. And the gentleman said the school buses, every time they pass in gate in camp, know that the school buses, because them started to
squeak,
cry.
Yes.
Them crying, just like how Donkey Bar in a parliament, on the street, wherever you go, it's crying. You know, my pastor used to say to us in church, he said, whenever you want to know somebody lying, look in the forehead. Just look in the forehead. When they're telling lies, them forehead wrinkle up. It's adding some lying crossway in it. And you realize that the opposition cannot ask question in the parliament. The size 13, either cut them off or something. Like them not to talk. They must not say anything. They must just take the pill and swallow it. And if them swallow it and them can't keep it digested, vomit it up. Because even with the JPS thing, the man say it's a done deal, it makes sense no talk.
That's what he said, yeah. Government badness.
Yes, it's a done deal. It no make sense no talk and say anything. And they pushed through the deal, gave JPS 10 more years, wishing you don't hear no radio station talking about it or anybody. It's only the bloggers them that have the information that are letting out certain things.
And them so enough listen to us.
One more thing. You heard about the little 6-year-old girl that was kidnapped?
Oh yes, we do.
Yes. Do you realize that whenever time anything like that happened in Jamaica, it's an unsound mind?
Yes.
It's person with an unsound mind?
Yes, that's a trend. That's a trend.
Journalists, the journalist that was killed are analyzed. The journalist that lost her life.
Yes.
It was what? An unsound mind.
Yes.
The little girl that get kidnapped now, it's an unsound mind. When the what's his name again? Oh my God, I'm from Portland and I don't even remember his name. When that MP was analyzed, you hear what they said?
Oh, Dr.
It
what
was
my name?
No.
Whitfield, yeah. Bloomfield, Dr.
It
Bloomfield.
was on what? It was an unsound mind. And let me draw your attention to something again. Whenever time those things happen, yes, if they said it's an unsound mind, person did it. But you realize that the lawyers that the unsound mind got are some high-tech lawyer from the JLP party.
Oh boy.
Some high lawyers from the JLP party. Look here, people are not looking at these things, you know.
Yeah, but I see where you're going. See where you're going.
They are not looking on these things. The JLP party is a murderous. They are a rapist. They are a thief. They are everything. Listen, I'm not supposed to even get upset over these things, you know, because let me tell you something. We the Jamaican, we are not doing anything. We are just accepting everything that they throw in our face. The government is working for us, not we working for them.
Exactly. They're our servants.
It's time for us to get up and do something about it. It's time for us to get up and do something about it. But you know what? We are afraid because the government have the military in the palm of his pocket. In pay them so big that they has to do what he has to, whatever he said, that's what he do. And many of us doesn't want to go out there and get killed.
Yes.
Because either you meet the judge or you meet your maker. So that is a warning to a lot of us. Thank you very much for the work that you're doing.
Blessings, my sister.
And let me tell you something. What you gonna do? Don't miss me. Mystic no miss me.
All right.
None of them don't miss me.
Blessings.
Even listen, I work at night, and at night time I can't even call in. At night time I can't call in because I don't want me try and get mad at me.
Yes.
Said I'm making noise, and I want to sleep, and I want to so I just listen.
All right.
I just listen.
Yeah, man.
So I just reach in my house.
Yes.
It show hard me up here work. I maintain myself and this thief in government. They thief for every dollar out of our pocket.
Exactly.
I leave work 8 o'clock this morning and I go on another one. And I just come into my house and just shower. Can't even get enough of sleep because at 6:30 I have to be out again.
Yes. Wow. Wow.
So that's how it is, because even though I'm not in Jamaica now, but I'm feeling the pinch too because I have to support back my family back in Jamaica.
Of course, of course.
My mom is still alive. My daughter is there.
Yeah.
I had a sister right now that is really sick. She got a head strokes, and I have to be helping to support them. So I have to do what I'm not young anymore. I'm 60 odd years old.
Exactly.
Anyway.
All right.
God bless.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks for the work that you guys are doing, and God bless you.
All right.
Keep up the good work.
Blessing.
I'll always be listening.
All right. Thank you
Okay.
very much and walk good. All right. Cool.
You're welcome.
All right. So let me talk back now to Daryl Valls. And so that is how you started out, right? Telling lies, right, with your trickery, right, as it relates to 110 new school buses, right, which wasn't true from the onset, wasn't true. And then it goes from that to 110 old buses. So you are now deflecting, you understand, from your original story. And it is the very same situation going on with JPS. Very same behavior. Right? And of course, you get to, execute your government badness. Right? And what you have, 60 buses as we speak. 60 buses. Right? So tell me now, Daryl Valls. Right? What up? Yeah, take this call. All right, you tell me now, Daryl Valls. What happened to the remaining amount of buses? Or, right? Did you use all the $1.4 billion? Let me just take the call. Yes, caller. You're on Mystic Sensation. Go ahead. Oh, real. But you see me tap the bus and pick you up. Terrible, man. Terrible. So the election, they don't draft $50 million when they said about the JPS. Well, look, and listen, Rural, based on what we know, it is not like JPS did go to them, and seeking any loan, What JPS had gone to them for was to seek time that they could, as according to the information, to get loan on the open market. Okay, cool. All right. So as I'm saying to you, Daryl Valls, that's the reason why you cannot be trusted, sir. Right? Because can you come and update what we want now? And I would mind the opposition pursue this as well. Can Daryl Valls update us, give us some update as it relates to the remaining amount of buses? Right? Even although we don't want them, because they're not good. Right? But for checks and balances, it is important for checks and balances. And if Daryl Valls, right, cannot present the 50 remaining buses, my question, how much money did you spend, right, for the 60 buses? And what is the remaining amount that you have? Where is it? You have to come out, Daryl Valls, and speak on it. July 25th, gone, Right? And so then, this is a serious situation. Right? And we are asking the opposition, right, to seek some answers, right, for us. Because we are concerned citizens. Right? We are concerned citizens, and we definitely, right, would like some answers as it relates to the remaining amount of buses, and if all of the money did not use, right, you need to come out and explain that, right? But we need some explanation where that is concerned. Well,
and to show the light pole.
All right. Yes. Let me just show people the light pole. What the gentleman sent us. So by looking at it, right, it is a serious concern, because when it comes to high tension wires, you know that is, and people can be electrocuted. So to avoid that, this situation need to be remedied, right? So let us just show it to some of our people as we are in our closing, right? So let us just show this, right, to our people as it relates to the caller who called and reported this matter, right? And the caller said that he called them and informed them on a couple of occasions, and all know that they have not come to address the situation. So people, all right, we are going to open it, and we are going to show you. And I mean, for the relevant authority, they need to act fast, right? So there's the first one. If you look at the base of the post, you can see that it is rotting away. Right? There it is. Look at the base. Start to strip. Right? So if you have even a tropical system that going to the direction of that, you know that can come down, right? That can cause some damage, fall on people's houses, and all of that. So it's lean. It's obviously lean, right? It seems like the entire thing want to change out on it, right? Because the base is rotting, right? So that definitely, right, is cause for concern, right? And the relevant authority, just imagine, you understand, the gentleman had made, you understand, couple of complaints and all now. So if anyone, the relevant authority is watching, we are showing this, you understand, and for you to take quick action to remedy the situation, to avoid any potential death or anything like that. All right, let me take a next call. Answer. Yes. All right, so let me just take a next call before we go. All right.
Hello, Misty.
Yes.
Mrs. How are you guys?
Blessings, my sister.
Okay, wonderful.
All right.
That poll you're showing,
Yes.
I've seen worse. I just got back from Jamaica, and I've seen worse.
Wow.
I believe I might have counted about 5. This looks good, okay? You have some that's like turning out of the ground and going across the street. I am not sure if the wirings are live or not, because I really don't know Jamaican that much, even though I was born in St. Elizabeth.
Yes.
And I just got back from Jamaica. I had some family problem, and I was helping a few people down in the St. Elizabeth area.
Yeah.
And we happened to go into the St. Elizabeth area, and I see things. I'm still having nightmares, especially down in the Black River area. It is not good. It is not good. Black River is wiped out 100%.
Let me ask a question. Hold on. I'm glad that you called.
Type of position.
Hold on.
It really hurts and it breaks my heart. Okay.
Yes.
And I was speaking to someone about this recently. Okay. Manchester in the south. I believe that's the Alligator Pond. I was taking notes when they were telling me the names of the places I was going through. I believe I was born in a place named Balaclava.
Oh,
I
okay,
lived
yes.
there at 3 years old, okay? So I really don't know Jamaica. I left Jamaica pretty young.
Yes.
Okay, we went across to Westmoreland. There was a place by the name of Savlamar, or
Savlamar.
also a place by the name of White House.
Yes.
It's bad. Inside, you have to bear with me because I jot down notes. Inside St. Elizabeth, a place named Parati or Parati. I am not sure.
Yes.
That is nasty. It is bad down there. I saw it myself. I don't have to say allegedly.
Yes.
And I don't need to say I'm doing a disclaimer. I witnessed it myself. I cried a lot.
Wow.
Okay? When I look at the people, I want to hug some of the children. I couldn't touch the kids. You know, my relatives said, no, stay in the car. It is bad. I have seen places where some waters, they are receding, and some place that has stagnant water. I could see little worms, or I don't know what they are. I'm not of amphibian technology here. It is bad. And some of the ponds that we stopped by, I just wanted us to see them. They stink. They smell. We're not sure if it's dead carcass in those ponds.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look good.
Yes.
And I'm still crying.
Wow.
It is bad. Mr. Prime Minister, sir, I saw what the people are going through down St. Elizabeth, some places in Manchester, some places in Westmoreland, St. James. I didn't get to see St. Anne's. Okay? What I saw put me in mind of when I read up on Africa, when the Biafra, those people, I believe it's the Biafra town, was suffering. I saw a woman walking across dirty water with her baby on her back. They had nowhere to get into their community. So, Mr. Prime Minister, I don't hate you. I don't know you. Okay? All I'm saying, have a heart. You're behaving like someone without a heart. Even animals have heart. Learn from that, sir. I don't hate you, but you need to do your job and you need to do it properly. For God in heaven's sake, there's a thing that name payback. You have children, and the sins of the father and the mother, especially the father, always fall on the children.
Oh, yes.
I have seen this, and I'm still crying.
I can feel it in your, I can hear it in your voice.
He's not a good person. You have a nurse talking about people shouldn't videotape when they're handing out. Your wife was videotaping.
Huh?
Mr. Prime Minister, have a good day.
Let me ask you a question.
Certain things.
Yes. Let me ask you a question before you run.
Sir.
Yes.
Go ahead. Just don't call my name if you see my name, please.
No, I will not do that. Let me ask you a question before you run. Right? How long did you visit that area?
2 days.
Huh?
My relatives, they took me 2 days.
2 days.
Separate days. I wanted was to see. After seeing, I think the last place was Trelawney.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see anymore. I was heaving up whatever I ate. I was heaving it up. That's how bad it was.
Yeah. So the question that I asked, hold on. The question I asked you, was it a week ago, 2 weeks ago that you have visited?
I came back last week. Yes.
Okay.
It was 2 weeks ago.
So
yes.
Let me ask you a question. Based on your observation, right, and the things that you're telling us, right, are you saying that those areas that you have visited, right, the government have not accessed those areas?
No.
Whoa.
And it's a shame that those kind of people who are giving out stuff to those people, and this man no want to say they are to stop because he looks bad. You ought to look nasty, Mr. Prime Minister. You think bad is the word that describe you? You have to be ashamed of yourself. And you can't stop anybody from helping those people. You can't stop them. I have somebody came back from Jamaica yesterday and they went down there. Guess what? That person was to go see a psychiatrist. She couldn't take it. And she just returned after I did. And this is not makeup stuff. This is what I saw. Witness.
Wow.
And I'm a very outspoken person.
Wow.
I'm not going to make things look good when it's bad. It was bad. And the light pole that was shown, that's nothing. That's standing straight.
Wow.
Many is leaning across the street. They're going to pass anytime they're going to get knocked down.
Wow.
They will be knocked down. You have a strong wind come, they're going down. I've seen it with my own eyes. Nobody tell me.
And all what we are getting from this government is PR. How him give out $225 million worth of relief fund. Right? You hearing this from the caller? Right? Who have gone there. So the caller is not talking on the basis of hearsay. This is the person who had visited the area. And the government.
I was there.
God.
I saw it. Mr. and Mrs. Mystic, you have a blessed weekend, and people in the live, enjoy.
Blessing my sister, and thank you very much for calling and giving us this information.
You're quite welcome.
Oh my God, I'm telling you.
And see, they stop the recovery.
Unbelievable.
The relief, collecting of relief supplies to ship to Jamaica.
Yeah, exactly.
Because now they want grant for rebuilding, because they're at the rebuilding phase, and people still are hungry.
Can you imagine?
People still living in the squalors post Melissa, because it has now become a squalor that they are living in.
So it's not about the suffering people only, right? It's the way how they can just spin this in terms of making money. You understand, from the people's circumstances. It's really sad. It's really, and when I say that this man is a reptile, cold-blooded. Now you understand what I'm saying. There's no joke. When we say he's cold-blooded, he's cold-blooded. You know, for those who believe that, right, I hated the Prime Minister. I hate the ways of the Prime Minister. The ways of the Prime Minister. Right? And my Jamaican people, right? Linguists, bless up yourself. People want to listen to linguists, you know. Always saying like up the live. I really appreciate linguists, right? Bless up yourself, linguists. Now, and let me say this, right? Let me just hold on till 5 minutes. Anybody who want to call in can call, and we might be burn another 5 minutes, because we have to come back later, so you know we have to prepare. But you know, just imagine my Jamaican people, that people are suffering, people are dying, right? We have bacteria as it relates to the death toll of leptospirosis, right, being increasing right by the week, right? Week before last, it was what, at 71, and now the tally reaches at 1991. So
they said it's included. It's 70, including the 26 or whatever that's confirmed. So apparently the number has not moved according to them.
Okay. Right, but when you bear all these factors in, right, we spoke with the government and we told the government, right, to evacuate the people, right? This doesn't seem that the government effort, right, is towards the people in terms of saving the people and reconstruct the homes for the people. It's more like saving corporate Jamaica. It's more like saving the elites. This is what this government is exhibiting, right? It's all about saving Brian Jordan business and Adam Stewart business, right? So don't be surprised that St. James is going to be one of the places that is going to be up and ready to appease Brian Jordan.
Earlier this week, as usual, I watch the news when I'm making breakfast before
yes.
And I think it was in Mexico. There's a huge flooding. I know there's huge flooding in the States right now, but I think there's a huge flooding in Mexico as well. And what they actually did was go into all those communities, take the people out, and they had these huge tents. They identify an area. They had these huge tents where they evacuated the people and actually housed them there who needed medical attention or whatever attention they needed. They were housed, they were fed, they were kept warm and stuff in those areas. So they took them out of those flood areas to make sure of safety and whatever. I'm sure they're not going to put them back in there until cleanup and everything has taken place, and they're going to transition them into more sheltered accommodation time to come. But our government is not doing anything.
No.
People are actually living in their own shit because they don't have anywhere to go and get rid of their body excrement apart from in the environment itself where they are. Yes. Right? And they rush back into the water, especially when rain falls. And I don't know. It is just disheartening. Honestly, it is just so disheartening.
Yes, caller, you're on the line. Mystic Sensation, go ahead.
Hello, Mr. Byron and Lady Mystic.
Bless up, my brother.
Thank you. Calling in because I have a few topics that I haven't heard being discussed, right?
Okay.
So one of the things is I have a family member who is a member of the fire brigade in Jamaica. And what I am coming to find out is that I know it was talked about on other programs, but not of lately. The fire hydrants, none of them really not working.
Whoa.
And this is a big concern because I hear all of these things that the ruling party wants to implement in their term. But I don't hear anything about the fire hydrants. I don't hear anything about mental health. Because right now, you have a lot of people who are mentally ill, who were displaced in this recent storm.
Yeah.
Yes.
But there has not been any much coverage on it. There are some very, very sick individuals.
Yes.
And that case with the 6-year-old girl.
Yes.
That is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yes.
And the reason why I say that is because you have some of them going after kids, and some of them, while you're in your home, enjoying the comfort of your home, some of them are look for the things to your animal. You have some people, sometimes they have to still sleep out the road at night time because the animals, the goats, the cows, the pig, that is their livelihood. They have to protect their livelihood. And the police isn't doing anything about it. Going back to this, and I hear a lot of things about the school bus. Yes, it was a very bad idea, and there is, without a doubt, a scandal behind all of that. But moving forward, I know you didn't pay that much for those buses, Daryl Vaz. I know you didn't. So why couldn't you turn some of those buses into mobile showers so people can be it? Why couldn't you turn some of those buses into schools? Why couldn't you do that? But yet still, you can come similar to Andrew Holness and form fool of yourself and talk down on the diaspora. When is we holding up Jamaica? What is left of Jamaica?
Exactly.
Let me correct that.
What is left of Jamaica?
Is us holding up what is left? Yes. What is left of Jamaica, because
this remind me, everything that happened to Jamaica remind me of a song by Fred Locks, Time to Change. You say children having children, pestilence and famine, ain't these the last days? That is what come to mind. Because I've seen Jamaica at this state now, because I have relatives who visit. And Jamaica is not the Jamaica I grew up and went to school in anymore.
Certainly not.
You know, and I just, before I go, I just want to commend you guys on your program.
Thank you.
I love watching your program. Even if I miss it, I go back and watch it.
Thank you, man.
But you guys have a pleasant holiday and stay safe.
Thank you, sir. And thank you for calling.
Yeah.
All right.
No problem.
Blessings. Well, before we end, only the caller mentioned two important items, right, that not being in discussion, right? The fire hydrants. And to me, that is extremely important, because in case that you have a potential fire, right, and that could assist in terms of, you know, might be help to aid the process of, you know, putting out that fire.
Reduce the amount of damage.
Right. So this is a very serious situation. This is a very serious situation. And then the mental illness on it.
Back to the fire hydrants. We have a lot of fire hydrants, but are they being maintained? That is a question too.
Well.
You see them conveniently put down, but you don't see maintenance. Just like how you see we have one at our front yard there,
yes.
And occasionally you see they come and maintain it, bleed the water, whatever they do when they run the water on the grass, and then they do whatever they are doing, and they go down the line to the next one and stuff. We don't really see that. Well, before I left Jamaica, I didn't really see that happening. You just see them there until they start rusting.
But you mentioned something which is very important in terms of the maintenance of these fire hydrants. But again, you have seen that, all right, if you look at our drainage system on it, that not being maintained under the Jamaica Labour Party administration, right? I mean, what is it that this government can show that they are doing? And then on top of that, their 200 and 300% increase. It just doesn't make any sense, right? That you're not taking care of the drain. You know that, okay, all right, Jamaica, right, fits within an hurricane belt. The location cannot be changed and will not be changed.
And we have rainy seasons.
We have rainy seasons, right? That so much flooding that we have. I mean, look, it is just, you know, I just don't know. I mean, it is just unbearable. Unbearable. But, you know, I want to touch on the caller situation as it relates to mental illness, and particularly you see the sort of situation there with the 6-year-old baby, right? A lot of people, you want to have that threshold being increased as well, because, you know, a lot of people who definitely, right, suffered the situation in losing everything. Many of them are not going to take it, you know, just, you know, okay, yeah, we lose, we are going to move on. You know that some people, it is going to affect some people, right? It's going to cause a mental breakdown. Oh my God. I tell you, Jamaica.
It's a multifaceted effect. So
Jamaica.
Health, mental health, physical health, food, shelter, safety, well-being, everything has been affected. Everything, your environment, everything has been affected. So it's just,
yeah, we want to say,
right,
it comes to the end of the program, because we have to prepare to come back later, and we want the people to tune in back later. So, honey, close us out.
Oh, I'm just reading what Star Girl is saying there.
Oh, Mystic, hello. Why some of our people from Jamaica stand up like curry? People, we only talking and the PM laughing. We're going to lose Jamaica if we not get out. March, we are suffer. And hold on, leave it up, because what you said is right? And now people need to realize, right? People need to realize that. And let me say this. I have to say it clear, right? And I'm not inciting any violence against the government. Let me say that categorically clear. But I believe in terms of people getting out there, right, and marching for fundamental reasons as it relates to number one, we shouldn't be having someone representing us that is statutory declaration cannot be certified. It is just a common sense situation. It is just ABC 1, 2, 3. We shouldn't be having that. Under no circumstances we should be tolerating that. We should be. Shouldn't be tolerating that. We shouldn't be tolerating again. Let me leave it there. We are the Prime Minister, right, who represent the executive of the arm of the government and the entire government. Knowing that the Prime Minister under investigation and his wife is a Speaker of the House. What do you expect is going to happen? What do we expect is going to happen? Jamaica, we need to do better. We need to do better for those two reasons. And again, the Prime Minister attempt, right, in terms of his application to the judge to do away with the illicit enrichment law under the Corruption Act is unacceptable. Point blank and period. I don't care as it relates to what Big Mama, Draws Davis, Morgan, or any one of the Prime Minister, I would say, come along, want to spin it. He shouldn't be there.
But still, we're coming up to where another
statutory
declaration is going to be due, and it's not going to be able to.
And he's not going to be certified. So Mark Golden, right, gone over 3-4 years, submitting on time, never have a problem. Why are we repeating the act within the Bible that led to Jesus' crucifixion? Why are we repeating it? Give us Barabbas and crucify Jesus. That is exactly what we are doing. And when someone asked me, how did we spend 400 years in slavery? Then you don't have to ask the question anymore. You have seen the reason why. And so then Willie Lynch, who is the master of the craft to keep the slaves separated. You have the house slaves, the plantation slaves, and I tell you, they give the plantation slave hell. To every plan that the plantation slave plan to get away, the house slave them rat them out. Every plan that we plan for justice, Big Mama want to deflect. Right? Draws Davis want to deflect. And so then we don't have to ask who is Bagawaya. Right? The song said, where is Bagawaya is nowhere around. Because he sold out the people them. Well, we know who are the Bagawayas. The Andrew Holness, the Big Mama, the Draws Davis. You understand, who are servants of chronic capitalism, building their the neo-colonialist masters. That's what they are doing. That's what they are doing. And beat down democratic socialism. But good over evil, my people. And we are bearing on. Kanye Max said, you know, when you hear Kanye West say that slavery was a choice, sometimes you really have to pause and think. Let us end that for today's live. We're looking forward to see you later, honey. All right, close us out.
All right. Thank you guys so much as usual for tuning in. And just stay blessed until we see you later. Bye.
All right.
I know why you come to me with that foolishness, you know. You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want to right there that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.